the dream keeps us strong. Through every challenge we rise, never wrong. With every goal we fly, hearts on fire. The passion unites us, takes us higher. Keep on singing, support never fades. Together we stand in this blue brigade. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Keep blue flag flying high, fly high. From Stamford Bridge, the pride that we share. Each kickoff, each moment, it feels so rare. With faith in our hearts, we chase the dream. Through every match day, we're part of the team. The love for our club is a powerful thing. Together we shout, let the victory ring. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. We're unstoppable. Hear the roar. In blue we trust forevermore. Together we sing hand in hand. But Chelsea forever will stand. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. Chelsea, the dream keeps us strong. Through every challenge we rise, never wrong. With every goal we fly, hearts on fire. The passion unites us, takes us higher. Keep on singing, support never fades. Together we stand in this blue brigade. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Keep blue flag flying high, fly high. From Stamford Bridge, the pride that we share. Each kickoff, each moment, it feels so rare. With faith in our hearts, we chase the dream. Through every match day, we're part of the team. The love for our club is a powerful thing. Together we shout, let the victory ring. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Keep blue flag flying high, fly high. We're unstoppable. Hear the roar. In blue we trust forevermore. Together we sing hand in hand. But Chelsea forever will stand. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. Chelsea, the dream keeps us strong. Through every challenge we rise, never wrong. With every goal we fly, hearts on fire. The passion unites us, takes us higher. Keep on singing, support never fades. Together we stand in this blue brigade. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag fly Each kickoff, each moment, it feels so rare. With faith in our hearts, we chase the dream. Through every match day, we're part of the team. The love for our club is a powerful thing. Together we shout, let the victory ring. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand, oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. We're unstoppable, hear the roar. In blue we trust forevermore. Together we sing hand in hand. For Chelsea forever we'll stand. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand, oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. Chelsea, the dream keeps us strong. Through every challenge we rise, never wrong. With every goal we fly, hearts on fire. The passion unites us, takes us higher. Keep on singing, support never fades. Together we stand in this blue brigade. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand, oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. From Stamford Bridge, the pride that we share. Each kickoff, each moment, it feels so rare. With faith in our hearts, we chase the dream. Through every match day, we're part of the team. The love for our club is a powerful thing. Together we shout, let the victory ring. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand, oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. We're unstoppable, hear the roar. In blue we trust forevermore. Together we sing hand in hand. For Chelsea forever we'll stand. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand, oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. Chelsea, the dream keeps us strong. Through every challenge we rise, never wrong. With every goal we fly, hearts on fire. The passion unites us, takes us higher. Keep on singing, support never fades. Together we stand in this blue brigade. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand, oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. From Stamford Bridge, the pride that we share. Each kickoff, each moment, it feels so rare. With faith in our hearts, we chase the dream. Through every match day, we're part of the team. The love for our club is a powerful thing. Together we shout, let the victory ring. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand, oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. We're unstoppable, hear the roar. forever will stand. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly the dream keeps us strong. Through every challenge we rise, never wrong. With every goal we fly, hearts on fire. The passion unites us, takes us higher. Keep on singing, support never fades. Together we stand in this blue brigade. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly from Stamford Bridge, the pride that we share. Each kickoff, each moment, it feels so rare. With faith in our hearts, we chase the dream. Through every match day, we're part of the team. The love for our club is a powerful thing. Together we shout, let the victory ring. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. We're unstoppable, hear the roar. In blue we trust forevermore. Together we sing hand in hand. But Chelsea forever will stand. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. Chelsea, the dream keeps us strong. Through every challenge we rise, never wrong. With every goal we fly, hearts on fire. The passion unites us, takes us higher. Keep on singing, support never fades. Together we stand in this blue brigade. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. From Stamford Bridge, the pride that we share. Each kickoff, each moment, it feels so rare. With faith in our hearts, we chase the dream. Through every match day, we're part of the team. The love for our club is a powerful thing. Together we shout, let the victory ring. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. We're unstoppable, hear the roar. In blue we trust forevermore. Together we sing hand in hand. But Chelsea forever will stand. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. Chelsea, the dream keeps us strong. Through every challenge we rise, never wrong. With every goal we fly, hearts on fire. The passion unites us, takes us higher. Keep on singing, support never fades. Together we stand in this blue brigade. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Keep blue flag flying high, fly high. From Stamford Bridge, the pride that we share. Each kickoff, each moment, it feels so rare. With faith in our hearts, we chase the dream. Through every match day, we're part of the team. The love for our club is a powerful thing. Together we shout, let the victory ring. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Keep blue flag flying high, fly high. We're unstoppable, hear the roar. In blue we trust forevermore. Together we sing hand in hand. For Chelsea forever we'll stand. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high.
Yes, good people, big up to all of you. Welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome for another edition of the Chelsea News Roundup Show. I do hope you're all doing well. And as usual, it's going to be a mashup show, a mashup of Chelsea News Roundup Show and Chelsea match preview. Our home game against Leeds United. The last time we played them, again, on their turf this season, they mopped the stadium carpet with us. Yeah, hopefully we get a revenge tomorrow, today for some of you, I'm guessing. And I hope you're all doing well once again. As usual, we'll first of all address some news items we have lined up. And once we're done addressing the news items, we will get into the match preview exercise proper, which includes taking a look at what numbers tell us to get a good idea with regards to what will be the most likely outcome. Look at insights, history, and all of that. But more importantly, once again, I do hope you're all doing well. And once we're done, we will do the match prediction exercise. Sorry, I missed that one. And then if we still have time, we will go news hunting as usual. Of course, on my Bros X timeline, Vince. Of course, if you're not following him, make sure to go do so. Yeah, without wasting much of your time, we will start addressing the items we have lined up. And once again, before we start, because yeah, we keep it interactive here, it's important that I say hello to those of you who are already in the chat, because you're actually important, the most important people actually. First before my boss, I hope he's okay. Usually, yeah, he's been almost always the first person to say hello. But I take it, Drew, thank you for joining the conversation and congratulations to you. And what do you get for being the first? Okay, I'm willing to give you a high five. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? And Drew says, right on cue, welcome. Okay, that's Modman saying hello to you. Cut the music and get started. And that was the first start. We had a software glitch. We implemented something new, and that led to a lot of issues. It projected an expired title, for lack of a more specific term. That would be, well, I don't know, what would be the most accurate way to phrase that. It used a title from an old show, which we use. We've been using as a template, and that projected that even on YouTube X and Facebook. I had to delete those ones because I'm not able to change their titles, but I was able to change that one, that of YouTube. But yeah, only Estevao you think should start. I think Cole Palmer should start. Let both start. Let us get a win over them. We need actually to smash them. We need a revenge, as a lot of people, yeah, been saying on X, and I would want to. I really want to see us mop the Stamford Bridge carpet with them. We have 36 people following the show on YouTube, but we have just 5 likes. If 5 of you drop a like on the video, would have at least 15 likes. And I get it because we're streaming in both landscape and vertical format. Some of you that follow the show on in vertical format, not well acquainted to it, just double tap your screen and pay attention to the likes count. If it increases by one, then it means your like was captured. And I've said this before, I'm not sure whether that's specific to certain type of devices, but please help us garner more likes. And yes, we still do beg for likes shamelessly, yeah, because we're not a big account yet. But we're getting there. That's the hope. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. There you go. Let's address news items we have lined up or some reports. Interesting. Sports Illustrator AFC. I don't know whether to start reading this as reports or maybe present this as statistics or managerial records at Chelsea, which tells us something how well Liam Rosenior has done since again he's had you could say he's having an excellent start to life as Chelsea manager. And he reads Liam Rosenior has started his time as Chelsea manager with 4 successive Premier League wins. If the Blues beat Leeds and Burnley at home, he will match Carlo Ancelotti's record. Don Carlo. And on the list here, they have he has 4 wins in a row, followed by Mourinho, the special one, 4 wins in a row. 5 wins for Mauricio Pochettino, the smoking Don, I call him. 6 wins, Don Carlo Ancelotti. I wanted him to stay at the time, but Roman, yeah, he does things differently. Had other plans, and Chelsea fans were thinking Carlo was gonna stay long term because, yeah, um, for one reason or the other. I don't want to get into that. But also, I have my sister. She's joined the conversation, Miss Melina. Always nice to see you, my Canadian sister. I do hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. So, yeah, long may that continue. Hopefully, we beat hopefully we beat Leeds United, and also let me read that report again. It counts. Okay, if the Blues beat Leeds United and Burnley, yeah, he'd match Carlo's record. And I think we can do that. Those are winnable matches. But here's the thing, football is now played on paper. Once the man in the middle blows the kickoff whistle, everything becomes fluid. Give me a second. I think it's a possibility. Again, those games are winnable, yeah, on paper. The question now is, will Chelsea beat those 2 teams? That's the question, yeah, left for the manager and the players to answer on the pitch on the respective days of both games that each of the games will be played. Yep, as always, whenever I see my sister here, I'm looking forward to another collaboration with her. Maybe before the March first game against Arsenal, because yeah, her football knowledge is excellent, and more importantly, she's a kind-hearted individual. And I'm still going to say this publicly: I think she's secretly a Chelsea fan. This reads: people go and subscribe to Miss Melina's YouTube channel. She covers all EPL clubs and beyond. Link provided there, and I'm going to pin it. I know she's going to tell me. I know she's just here to show some love, but yeah, another way for me to show some love is to, yeah, promote your channel whenever I can. And if you do that for me whenever I say hello to you, I appreciate that. But probably, yeah, all Arsenal, all on your channel, only Arsenal fans mainly. Maybe Chelsea fans, a lot of Chelsea fans will start coming there and will listen to you and help us grow too. But that's, by the way, more importantly, it's all love. And Drew is saying Vince has not posted Rosenior's new quotes yet. I think he's posted a few of them. We'll get to that in a bit, probably when we go news hunting. That's a friend of mine. We both follow Vince, and I like how he breaks down the manager's presser, highlighting only important comments from the manager's presser. I have that lined up as one of the things we will talk. But first of all, I'd like us to look at uh, what Chelsea fans are saying with regards to this particular presentation on the screen, which is quite interesting. And the truth remains, if you look back at the performances, they're not down to what we call the new manager bounce, aka players doing their best to impress a new manager to get on his good side, to get to play. But that's why I don't think that has been the case. I think he's proven that he can be very proactive. Once he sees errors, or what you can say, if it's the plan you could say the formation structure, or maybe the plan he's deployed during a game isn't working. It doesn't take him too much time to make changes to rectify the issues and ensure we get a result. But that's, by the way, absolute Chelsea X account has posted the new Rosenior quote. Just, bro, I like you already. Just tell me to go. Just tell me to go. Just tell me to go follow his account. I think I do follow him. Vince has also posted quotes from the manager's press, and we will look at that in a bit. So be patient with me, and if you're on X, let me know your what's it called again? Your handle on X, so that I can follow you back. So let's see what Chelsea fans have to say here. One game at a time. Yep. Do not pay attention to the records. That can be distracting. But I'm quite sure Rosenior is the sort of individual who doesn't pay much attention to that, to such records, because he's a very, very smart guy. Up close, I've always known he's a very smart guy. Or let me say that he's an excellent communicator. But up close, I've learned that he does know how to play the media. He plays the media like a fiddle. Plus, also, he's a very, very intelligent individual. It's a very clear penalty. We're winning a trophy this season. I mean, we still have a chance to win again, three trophies. If we can get one of them, I'd be happy. I don't want to make clear my preference, but I'm just going to leave it at that. It's okay. The other one, very possible. I mean, it's doable, but yeah, whether we end up beating them, that's a question left for the manager and the players to answer. And once again, games aren't played on paper. Yeah, the game is played over 90 minutes plus added time. And I'm going to say something I already said. Once the man in the middle blows the whistle, everything becomes fluid. Numbers, whatever statistics tell you, gets thrown out of the window. Team form, everything gets thrown out of the window. And that's why we have what is called underdogs. And that's why Leicester City were able to win the league the year they won it. A few years ago, actually, defying mathematics, which shows you, yeah, games aren't played on paper. It's played over 90 minutes plus added time. Everything becomes fluid once the game starts. Hi to you, Tony Punshaman. Nice to see you, my bro. Sorry, I haven't sent you the collaboration link. I will remember to do that after the show today, so that it will display on your channel. But always nice to see you, my bro. Much love to you, and I appreciate you finding the time to be with us on the panel yesterday. It was you, Constantine Dunn, the captain of the community, and of course our senior panelist Bobby. Both and you were on the panel with me yesterday. Solo stream, will you let me on? I've shared the link. I'd love to go solo, but then again, it's important that the viewers get diversified opinion and not just an individual on the panel. You can say waffling. I'm gonna start a solo show, which will be usually at odd hours, at the time where I just stream for 30 hours and present the news or any current event that concerns our beloved club to the fans for 30, 25 minutes, or even 10 minutes, and call it a day. But the evening shows and the blue morning shows, I prefer having presenting diversified opinion to our followers, because I don't know everything. I present my opinion, they present counter opinion, and with diversified opinion, we'll be able to arrive at a sensible conclusion. Because how we operate here. We don't run an echo chamber. We put two and two together and try to come to a sensible conclusion. Always, all our panelists are all open-minded. Sometimes I get it, we get into heated arguments, which is natural, and I love that. If we all agree, then something is wrong. So my point is, I digress. My point is, we're open-minded here, and yeah, it's not always about the panelists or those in the chat. Hi to you, to see you, to Eugene, my assistant. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation this particular evening. It's still 5:31 p.m. CST. All right, let's see. Tebe. My South African bro, we've been fighting indirectly on X. That's very funny. The sort of fight that I always have against that Tebeho and I, we fight on X. It's usually very funny. We fight, we do say something to each other, and then the next minute one of us will remind each other, look, yeah, I agree, we're brothers, but I disagree, and it's okay. But it's all love. Up big to you, my bro. I appreciate you. What else do we have here? Still haven't told me your full name because you ran away. Who? Okay, that's two of you are having a conversation there. Okay. Off topic. Can we talk about the shambles of the halftime Super Bowl show? I'm not doing that. I am not gonna do that. It will definitely get political, and in your opinion, it is shambles. I know Bad Bunny. I don't hate him. I like his music, irrespective of what's going on. The country is so divided unnecessarily right now, and I don't want to get into it. I love everybody, irrespective of your party affiliation. But what I don't do here is stuck politics. And by the way, most importantly, I believe in God. Yeah, and I'm hopeful that when the time comes, I'll go to heaven. But yeah, I'm just letting you know I'm a Christian. I believe in God, but I respect everybody's religion, everybody's political view. Because as I've said, if we all agree, then yeah, something is definitely wrong. So let's leave it there. I don't want to talk about the halftime show. I'm sorry. I apologize. Please. Okay. Let's see. And by the way, I'm gonna say this again. I love Bad Bunny, but I didn't even watch that halftime show because I don't follow that type of football. I follow the real football. More likes, people. More likes. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. 52 people following the show. If half of you like it, we'll have 25 likes already. Let's see. Let's get the likes up, people. Please like the video if you have not. Let's see what else we have here. Anything else? Let's see. All right, let's see. Coach, I will need to know all the commands as I am a mod now. Mod mana is independent. Mod mana is independent. Mod mana, the only command you have you can use when mod mana is in the house, you can do !! debate and then present a debate topic. Then mod mana will go back and forth with you debating the topic, or you can ask mod mana a question by just mentioning mod mana. Yeah. So when you do that, but there's a limit to how much back and forth you can go. All right, let's see. Man says, yeah. Okay, I am okay. Yeah, please. I just don't like. Okay, that you have every right not to like him, but I love him. I love reggaeton. I love Bad Bunny. I love Pitbull. I love. You can say there's hardly ever any type of music that I don't like. Is there? I think there are a few, but I don't want to start naming them. But I love music. Yeah. But Vic out. Let's see what else we have here. Thoughts on Kawuma McQueen. Honestly, if I say I know who that is, I'm lying. So just educate me. You know me. I don't like throwing anything out of someone's behind. Maybe I know the person, but it's someone I know but have not been paying attention. So you can educate me. Let's see. We love Benito. If you don't, we don't. Listen, I don't want to get into that. I mean, the commands like more likes, just like !! more likes, !! help. Tobeho will educate you. Okay. Um, yeah. You learn to be who educate you. Fair enough. Thank you, my bro. You know, I don't like pretending I know what I don't know. So let's move on to the next item we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes that you go along with. There you go, my friend and Ghanaian bro, Mickey John Presser breakdown. I like he does it in a very, very good way that you don't need to go through the whole stuff. You say to pick the best moments during the presser. So the first item, Liam Rosenior's through priest. Free. Can I read? Looks like I can't read. Liam Rosenior's through full pre pre Leeds United press conference, part 1 of 2. One, Liam Rosenior on injury news and Reece James. Reece is fit. He is feeling unwell today. It's no conspiracy. It's the truth. Hopefully, he will be well enough to play tomorrow. Again, sometimes they say the detail is what is in. You can find details in what isn't said. For instance, where he said it's no conspiracy, I think probably having a dig at those people, yeah, that that have been you could say pushing the narrative that the hierarchy picks the lineup or tells the manager to play certain players and bench the others. But he's a very smart guy. He's so good at, you can say, presenting even the most controversial topic in a manner that you'd have no option than just read it, draw your own conclusions, and move on. The second paragraph leads Liam Rosenior on his first month at Chelsea. It takes time. What's been really encouraging and pleasing is how the players have taken in so much information in not a lot of time. And you could see the blueprint print of his approach, the vertical passes, the you can say what I call the opposition displacing passes, which every pass will displace at least 1, 2, 3 opposition players at the same time, and that's excellent to see. We're making a lot of decisive runs in behind. I'm not. That's not me saying that Enzo Maresca wasn't good for Chelsea. He was good. He was excellent for us. And as I've said this 1,000 times, and I'm going to keep saying it. When he gets a job, I'll be following his new team because I like his approach. But there are things I'm seeing from Rosenior that I like a lot more than some of the things I liked about Enzo Maresca. But that's, by the way, we'll move on. We're not here to talk about that. Press, if you're following the show in a vertical format, press and hold your screen for just about a second to see the like, comment, and share options. You know, all the bells and whistles. And then to swipe up to go full screen. And I think you'd love it if you go full screen. No jokes there. More likes, people, more likes. Let's get the likes up, people. Please like the video. If you haven't, the likes do go a long way. Yes, we still do beg for likes, and we're getting closer and closer to 30K subscribers. We're currently at 29,247 subscribers. We're getting closer and closer. We will get there eventually, and I couldn't not in any that is world do with that alone. It's all because of the love from you guys. He says, yeah, these are good. It's what I mean. It's more quotes came out after embargo period, which is 10:30 British Standard Time. Okay, okay. All right, let's see. Liam on Palmer's importance. Every Chelsea manager that Cole Palmer has played on that get asked this question, and we'll be asked this question at one point. I think this will not be the last time they will ask him this particular question. And he reads, Liam Rosenior on Cole Palmer's importance. Any world-class player is important in what we want to achieve. It was great to see him banging the goals on Saturday, and hopefully that form continues. And here's something I'm going to say. I'm not saying that Palmer isn't happy at Chelsea. And this is usually very common with kids, in my opinion. They don't say much, and only when they're happy, that's when they say a lot. I remember when people were saying some nonsense about him under Enzo Maresca, something to the effect of him, you said, being shackled by Maresca's overly overly stylistic approach. that yes, sometimes he took it upon himself and said something to the effect of, "To heck with this thing, I'm gonna just do it." That was the reason why we won the Conference League, the UEFA Conference League, because yeah, he threw away the manager's approach and took things upon himself and helped us win the game. And he wasn't saying much until we won the Club World Cup. And on that day, he was so freaking happy because, yeah, he scored 2 goals and created one. And then while holding his best player of the tournament trophy, he said Enzo Maresca is building something special at Chelsea. I'm not saying he didn't mean it at the time, but I'm just saying what happened after the departure of Maresca and how he looked at times when he was subbed off didn't reflect, didn't suggest that, yeah, say you can say speaks otherwise, in my opinion, or speak otherwise because those Pro Ryan mentioned more than one stuff there. It didn't reflect that, yeah, he was really happy on that Enzo Maresca. But now again, he's looked unhappy for a while until he scored a hat trick, and then yeah, he started speaking publicly again about our current manager. I'm not saying that yeah, he's not. He's you can say that what he said aren't things he said aren't heartfelt. I'm just saying I don't. It doesn't matter to me. But I think he's happy at Chelsea overall. I'm just. I digress anyway. Let me not confuse you trying to, you can say, make sense of his behavior when he's happy and when he's not. Okay, he says, Coach. Let me see what he said. How hard would it be to make a bot that tweets Chelsea news on X with a blue tick, yeah, blue tick that would be a money making machine? Yeah, here's the thing. That's off topic too, but you get caught. But they have, you say they will know. Yeah, because yeah, it's doable, but they will know. If you that's the way again you can say the blue tick, you'd have to pay real money to actually get it, but you have every right to have a bot tweet at intervals for you, except if you spam the platform with a lot of tweets, then you get into trouble. They will know. Even at some point that I'm on Instagram and I do post a lot there myself. Even at some point I got a message saying this doesn't look like it's a human making all these posts, even though I do all those myself. But that's, by the way, let's keep the topics aligned. Chelsea fans are funny. They're saying that Cole Palmer doesn't like Enzo Maresca. That is why he didn't write a farewell message on Instagram. Cole Palmer, if you say anything, that's a pattern. You can say an obvious pattern to the way he behaves. He's talkative whenever he's happy. When he's not happy, he hardly says. He doesn't say much. You get it now? Once again, even when he's been paying attention to all the things the Chelsea fans have been saying. Did he say anything about those things? No, but he only said something. He only said something when he only said something after scoring a hat trick. So and yeah, even on the Enzo Maresca, people were saying a lot of shit at the time. He didn't say anything, and he only said something when after the Club World Cup final. So for me, I get it. I mean, it'd be accurate to say, but that's not enough sample size. But at the same time, I think we have to work with what we have. That's a pattern there, and I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. That's just who he is. He doesn't say much, but he says, you can say, says a lot when he's happy. It's really that simple. I'm not sure why are people not seeing the link that I shared. Did I share it in the wrong place? Yeah, this was today because none of yesterday's what dates? Yeah, 5:17 p.m. And Dante, you actually have you have access to the software. Why why don't you get in from there? If you log in, you'd see the link. Give me a second here, people. Let me take care of this quickly before Dante gets angry and hacks me. All right, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along with 12 likes and 55 people following the show on YouTube. If half of you like the video, we'll have a lot more likes. What else do we have here? Yes, please, let's keep the topics aligned. as much as I appreciate you all and would want to, you can say, yeah, interact with you. If you don't keep the topics aligned, I'll burn out even before we get to to an hour to an hour mark. Vic out. Yep, show Vic some hate there, please. What's buzzing, Vic? Any updates for us? Tevejo, you know all the commands. Excellent. All right, let's see. CFC Utah says, I believe we should focus more on football than politics. And I did explain. I like Drew a lot, which is why I had to take time to explain, by the way. I don't want to get into the politics at the time that the country is divided, shamefully divided as it is. So much hate from both sides, actually, not from a particular side. But that's, by the way, sometimes the silence speaks 1,000 words. I agree. Dante out. Let's hear you. And Chimera, what we have. Where is your ambition, Kuchila? You're here already and you're attacking me. You're here just for a few seconds. I'm gonna block you. I am gonna block you, and I am serious. You know I don't like you, right? So you better watch how you speak about me. All right. Much love to you. Yeah, tell him. Tavera, why are you on a mission correcting people who don't spell your name correctly? All right. Liam Rosenior on a strong first half, weaker second half. I don't. Here's the thing: was the second half really weaker? I think the more accurate thing to say would be that we took our. Excuse me. Thank you, Jesus. Would be to say something. You can say the more accurate to say would be that we took our foot. We took our foot. Of the pedal. We did slow down a bit. Probably it was too comfortable. Even for the viewers, the first half was so you can say so comfortable for us that I wasn't at any time concerned that we were gonna concede or lose that game or even drop that game. I wasn't, and there was no time during the course of that game that I was concerned. So yeah, and it only makes sense that the players themselves, yeah. But I told my son that we were going to concede because complacency did set in. It was too easy. It was way too easy. I told my son that yeah, we're probably going to concede at least one goal, and that needed to happen for us maybe to start looking for more goals. Let's see. Thank you, Jesus. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I will tell you. Okay. All right. Let's see. You guys should slug it out there. I'm not interested in that fight. All right. The next paragraph. Liam Rosenior on a strong first side. We've talked about that. Liam Rosenior on Josh Achampong position. Josh is an amazing talent. I've met him and his parents. He has immense potential. I like to put young players in different positions because it improves their understanding of the game. Long term, Josh is a center back and he has all the attributes to become a great one. Here's the thing. I think he will become a great center back because yeah, he, as the manager, he said already, he has all the attributes, but he's actually traditional right back. But because he's tall and how calm he is in the ball and everything, I think he's being stereotyped into a center back, in my opinion. But it will work because he's played there before and was able to actually nullify a big guy as what's that Crystal Palace? Was that the Crystal Palace guy? The huge guy that he dealt with under Enzo Maresca. But more importantly, look at what the manager he said here. Let me read that again. I like to put young players in different positions. Because it improves their understanding of the game. You don't. And honestly, if my son again continues to like, you could say, to enjoy playing football. I think he's heard me on a thousand. He's heard me 1,000 times talk about the importance of being able to play in multiple positions. That's modern football, and that's why I don't like it when I see people complaining that the manager plays players out of position. I think that time has actually passed. You still, but the truth remains: the player should still be able to say, okay, this is the main position, but I'm able to fulfill the other positions too. It helps the manager tactically, and it makes you an undisposable, is that the correct word there? Undisposable tool in the manager's hand. So I like what he's doing there, and I think the kid himself will understand. Um, I've shared the link, Dante. I've shared the link directly to you. I think the issue, definitely, the issue, um, yeah, the issue is definitely from X. I've shared the link to you. And Dante, some again, another thing you should try is log in. You have access to the web app we're using for the streaming. See if that works for you. So what else do we have here? Liam Rosenior on the Ellen Road defeat. You watch every game. It's difficult for me because when I first watched that match, I did so as a neutral. I didn't realize I'd become a Chelsea manager. Daniel is an outstanding coach. Calvert-Lewin is really good form, and it's going to be a very, very difficult game. I agree. The very direct, high-octane football, and as I said the last time I watched them, you'd think that what's the Argentine man that was their manager a few days ago? What's his name? Gosh, legendary, I would say. What's his name? What's his name? You think that he's still their manager. The way they play, still high octane. That has actually been the identity for a while now. High octane, direct football. BSR. Thank you, Vic. Thank you, BSI. That was the name I was looking for. Daniel, yep, and Drew says that Daniel Fack has adapted before he was shaky in the Premier League, which shows you he's a very smart manager tactically. He changed things up quickly, and they might actually survive relegation. They might actually. I want Tottenham to be relegated. Do I think that happens? I don't think it happens. I think they will garner enough points to remain in the Premier League. Yeah, Marcelo Bielsa was the name I was looking for. If you didn't know that Daniel Fack is the current manager, if you watch them play, you'd swear that definitely Bielsa is still their manager. And I heard the last time we talked about this coming, I think somebody mentioned that he now coaches in Mexico. I can't remember, correct me if I'm wrong. That's why we shouldn't start Badiashile because of Calvert-Lewin. Do I think he starts? No. And I really don't think he starts. I think, well, let's see what happens. And I'm hearing actually they were planning to move him on, which is believable. Yes, Bielsa, yeah. Thank you so much. And I have the captain of the community in the housing, Constantine Dunn. Big up to you, Ozzy, man. How are you doing, man?
Yeah, big up, coach. Not bad. Just trying to figure out this system.
Oh yeah. You logged in directly this time?
I logged in directly, so it's very different on the screen now. So just checking it out.
Okay, all right. So the next item here, on Josh Archibald on Ellen Road, Liam Rosenior on Leeds direct approach. You saw it against Nottingham Forest. They were magnificent. When I say direct, I mean it is in a really positive way. We need to stand up to that and overcome it. We do need to do that. Let's see, what else do we have here? Fofana and Chalobah are good enough for me. Chalobah has proven a lot of people wrong. Fofana definitely good, but he needs to stay fit and continue playing to catch up with, you could say, with the lapses in growth, in my opinion, because the injuries he's had since joining Chelsea, they've dwarfed his development. Sometimes you still see him make silly mistake that you question, why is he still making such mistakes? That's because the injuries he's had since joining Chelsea dwarfed his development. Rosenior is toxic, positive, everything is candy and rainbow colors. Can he keep it real like Amorim? I'd rather his toxic positivity than Amorim keeping it real. What happened to Amorim after keeping it real? And the realization right now is that Amorim was definitely a mistake. Look how well. I'm quite sure that had he been in charge against United, against Manchester City and Arsenal, they'd lose both games. That's a problem with the link, coach. Really? So I'm going to send it directly to you to see if that works. I think that's X. I'm not sure what's broken there. Um, I have doubts in Wesley Fofana, to be honest. I mean, I don't blame you. I just hope if he stays fit, I think he'd be good. And the truth remains, had he been fit and continued playing consistently, I think he'd be a more polished player right now because he has it in him. But he still comes across as raw sometimes. That's because he hadn't been fit enough to be playing consistently. So I still have hopes, but I can understand where you're coming from. Statistically, it's proven players play better when they are praised in press conferences, not slit them like Amorim. Amorim himself, he was very toxic. Caused a lot of issues in the dressing room, which his behavior led to a lot of players leaving. I think um, he has Mourinho's ego, but not Mourinho's reputation to back up. You could say his demands from the player. Unfortunately for him, let's see. Arteta always used to always defend his players. Now Arsenal are ripping the roars. It's important. These are kids. Praise them, and they will do well. Dante, I'm going to come to you. Your thoughts and everything you've heard me talk about. You can go ahead. From the manager's press, Josh Achipong, him saying that he plays him in multiple positions to help his development, to help him understand the game better. I think he makes sense. I think eventually Josh will become a mainstay in Chelsea's starting 11, but except for barring rotation, reasons for rotation. But let's hear you, Dante.
Yeah, big up to everyone in the chat as well. Yeah, look, like I kept saying, Josh came up for the youth level mostly as a wide back, right back specifically. So he didn't really play much. Only sort of the last few months he played a bit of centre back. So he didn't really play centre back much. So it's a little bit more new for him, and I think the coach has seen that probably that he's not quite that comfortable in the middle as a central defender. So yeah, he's gonna try to give him a bit more experience just to when you play different positions. Maybe he might put him in defensive mid a bit, like Bobby keeps wanting. Because you see the
And
game in a different
I
way
mean,
from
he's
there, and
capable of
he's got
fulfilling
the
that role given his skill set.
his skill set would suit that role as well. So, and then you've got a different perspective on being a centre back as well because you see the game a bit differently after. So yeah, look, I'm sure Rosenior will do what's right, and if he's ready to play, he'll be playing. If he's not playing, like we haven't really seen him playing, just come off substitute. That just means he's not ready. He's not. Shield better than all those players. Well, the coaches decide that, and from what they see in training, they still choose those players most of the time. So that just tells you probably he's not quite consistent in training. And
Yeah.
after Rosenior did say this, that tells me a lot personally. So that tells me, yeah, definitely that is probably the case. So he's going to still involve him, but try him in some different positions and make him learn more, like, basically. So I
I mean,
think that's what's
experience
going on.
trumps all those things you've mentioned. Experience is important for manager. Experience, especially a manager, you could say, who's just getting started at a club like Chelsea. I think
Yeah.
he wouldn't want to risk a lot, and
Yeah, he
that
loves it. Like,
includes not
don't forget
starting a lot of
Maresca.
inexperienced players. Go ahead.
Yeah, Maresca said he loves Josh as well. He spoke very highly of him as well. Again, he didn't quite play him that much either. On certain occasions, certain matchups, some games, but really he still went to the other guys more Tosin, Badiashile when these was available, all those other players first. So Racini's kind of done the same a little bit. So it must be and after what he said, I know it's definitely probably in training. It's doesn't quite click in training good enough for him to start over those players. So um, hence that comment, and hence saying that to me, how I translate it, yeah, it's saying that he needs to improve a little bit and just step back, maybe try another position a little bit, and just still be involved, but yeah, it just sends him a message in a way of, you still got to improve quite a bit. Even though you're such talented, you're so good, you still got to improve. There's still something a little bit missing for that position.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, his integration will uh, should be a gradual process. You don't want to rush him and you have him make mistakes that will, they say, have an adverse effect on him from it. It can on his confidence for the rest of the season, and sometimes
Yeah,
some teams don't recover from that. Yeah,
and people keep wanting him to start every single game, but that's probably not the best idea, to be honest. We have seen him. So everybody keeps going back to the game. Remember when he locked up and played really well against Crystal Palace, the big Mateta, I think it was. But that was a long time ago. Since he's played since then, he's made a lot of errors playing in that centre back position. So he hasn't looked very good at all, to be honest. Yeah, he looks good every now and then, a flashy because he's the way he plays. But he lost the ball. He's losing the ball a lot of times. He's passing, under pressure, not the best. So, and he's made quite a lot of mistakes. A couple of them led to goals as well. So, yeah, look, I think probably we're seeing that in training, that he's not as comfortable in that centre back position. Hence why he's been playing him more in the right back. Even when he's come on as a sub, he's been played more as the right back.
yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Bobby. I've shared the link directly to you. Check it again. Maybe you need to refresh your
I
system
think it's
so
the
that
system,
the app,
the AV system, probably
yeah,
from
reboot your
X, like you
system.
said, from X, it won't work.
Yeah, which I think is your phone. That way, the app itself will refresh and then present the accurate link to you, or maybe not suck up all the, you could say, the memory of your system, which can also lead to the link not loading properly. They are planning on moving on Badia Sheila. It's not even my birthday yet, and that's a cracker of an early present. Let me advise you: don't hold your horses. Don't don't hold your horses or don't hold your breath thinking that yeah, definitely that's going to happen. There's no guarantee that that will happen. And if you followed him, once it's that once we're close to the transfer window, he gets injured. Have you really yeah,
Yes,
try again, yeah.
physically, yes.
um that thing happens. Even my system again froze yesterday midway into the stream itself. Let's see, where did I stop? Of leaving Zamariska alone. Yeah, stop bringing them into the conversation. Let's see. Yeah, Bobby, I've shared it directly with you. Try rebooting your system. Big up to you to Spots Bands and Rants. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. I flipped it. Spots Rants and Bands. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining the conversation. Bobby, please try again. It's an unfortunate situation. Even at the start, we had issues. The shows had the wrong titles. It had the title from the show uh, from 2 months ago again that we were using as a template, of which I corrected. How that still, you can say, was still projected, I honestly do not know. So I apologize for that. Just reboot your system. I think that will help. If it doesn't work, talk to me again. Let's see if we can try something else. Dante, anything else you want to talk about here? I think we did talk about this one here, the record. I don't know if you have anything to add to that before we look at what uh, uh, insights tell us and try to figure out how the game will pan out tomorrow. Go ahead, Bobby. Dante.
Nothing to add to that record. I mean, it's just a statistic. So, I mean, if he gets it, great. It's not going to make too much difference, So I'm not too bothered with that, to be honest.
Yeah, he says, has Jorginho made quotes equivalent to Maresca's fisherman analogy? No, he says it all lovely and sweet. He's not keeping it real. That's you assuming he's not keeping it real. That's who he is. Maybe you don't. Maybe you weren't following him.
So he had a problem
Again,
with Maresca that he was keeping it too real. Now he's got a problem with this guy that he's not keeping it real at all.
yeah. So Chimera, practically you're in purgatory. I know you're a Christian, definitely. Giving your name, I think most likely. Let me just say that I wouldn't say definitely. You know what purgatory means. I think that's where you are. You're not. My goodness, what is wrong? I'm gonna block you. Or I would just, you could say, take your spanner from you so that other moderators can block you. What is wrong with you? Chimera, leave me alone, please. All right, let's
Still
look
has a
at it.
spanner, coach. Wow.
Go ahead.
I said he still has a spanner. I didn't know that.
Sorry?
He still has a spanner.
Yeah, he still has the spanner. I'm just being fair because he's my bro. But I don't like him, and he knows that. All right, let's see. Font Mob are suggesting that for Chelsea, between the sticks will be Robert Sanchez, the two centre back, Trevor Chalobah and Wesley Fofana, right back Malo Gusto, left back Marco Correa, two sixes Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo, Fan Cole Palmer, right Estevao Willian, left Pedro Neto, nine João Pedro. I think that's a possibility, but João Pedro, I think the manager might decide to give him a break. And a player I like and respect so much is Ethan Ampadu. And I thought he was going to make it at Chelsea, but unfortunately, too many loans that even he would have wanted to leave. And yeah, and he got his switch. And I'm you can say I'm happy for how you can say how far he's come. He's an excellent player, a leader, even from a very young age. You could see that, yeah, he's a born leader. But that's by the way. Let's vote as usual. Participate in the poll. Which of the teams will win? Of course, I'm going to pick Chelsea. Let's see. Yep, 65% believes Chelsea will beat Leeds United. 21% believes it ends in a draw, and 14% believes that Leeds United will beat Chelsea at the Bridge. And that's a total of 50,891 participants. Not bad. So let's look at the insights. Cole Palmer became the first player to score three first half hat tricks in the Premier League history. Wow. Okay. Okay. Chelsea haven't kept a clean sheet in the last five matches. Despite scoring 12, so we've been lucky that we've been outscoring the opposition. Cole Palmer's hat trick against Wolves was his fourth for Chelsea, a club record. Wow. Enzo Fernandez has scored 12 goals and 7 assists in all competition this season. We better sell him tomorrow. That's not good enough. All right. Leeds United beat Chelsea 3-1 at Ellen Road in the reverse fixture 2 months ago. We scored first in that game, right?
Yes. Yeah.
It was
Yes.
Garnacho.
No, Neto. No,
Was it
we
Neto?
didn't score
I thought it was
twice.
Garnacho.
No, we didn't score first. Sorry. No. They scored. They were 2-0 up.
Against
And we
Leeds
scored.
United?
Yeah. They beat us 3-1.
Okay.
I'm just
I thought
looking
we
at it.
scored first on the day.
No, they scored first and second, and then we scored, and then they scored in the 72nd minute to make it 3-1.
All right. He said, I never criticized Maresca for keeping it real. It was actually one of his best traits during press. Let's say this. Keeping it real means you can say your opinion of Chelsea's situation at the time. Your respective opinions were aligned. So that was why you believe he kept it real, not necessarily because he was keeping it real. It was because he was, you could say, he was saying something that at the time aligned with your negative perception of the club's direction. That's my opinion anyway. Well, let's see. My bro, Road King TV is in the house, and he says, I am just joining the stream. Did y'all all already talk about the Julian Alvarez speculation? I asked you last time if you think we need a striker in the summer, even if we need one, and I don't think we need one, and I don't think the club will go for one. It will take some irresistible opportunity that let's say that sort of situation where an excellent striker will be available on the market and on a cheap and wouldn't mind you could say heavily incentivized contract structure, then yeah, we'd go for him. because yeah, we have the lab, and I think they have faith in him. We have João Pedro, and MAI still coming. And let's say we're in need of one. Do I think that one will end up being Julian Alvarez? Absolutely not, for multitude of reasons. One, his salary. I don't think it's something we can measure. Already, he's earning quite a lot at Atletico Madrid, and there aren't shortage of clubs interested in signing him, which means he'd have other, you could say, clubs, yeah, other clubs to choose from, which also it will in turn mean we're probably not going to be able to measure the sort of salary other clubs will be willing to offer
He's
him.
on 240 per week currently.
Yeah, 240 per week. So he'd be looking for a pay rise, and I think he can get that elsewhere. And it's not like he's been, you could say, in excellent form, and he's been scoring tons of goals that you say, yeah, we wouldn't mind paying him 300 as long as he accepts our heavily incentivized salary structure. But let's hear you.
Yeah, I think 1 in 14 or something like that. So he's been completely off after he was extremely, really good. I think there's probably some disconnect there, obviously. I saw one of the games, I was checking it out, and he didn't seem that interested, and he got pulled off as well. So I think there's not a bit of a misunderstanding, probably a bit of a fallout maybe with the manager there.
With
Wouldn't be
Simone?
surprised. And he wants to move on. I think that's why. So he is a very good player. I mean, he showed you last season what he did, how many goals he scored, and how he played. So he's perfect if you play a two striker system. Then it's perfect. And Rosenior does like that. That's his other go-to normally formation with the two strikers instead of the two tens. He's two strikers and 110. So he'll do very well at Chelsea with Rosenior. I think Rosenior will then can play that formation. Uh, but yeah, like I said, like you said, coach, it's very difficult. I don't think the price is the problem. I think we can buy him price wise, but salary, commissions, agent fees, and stuff like that, that might be, that might not. I don't think we can offer him that much, to be honest, because then everyone else will want that much, and that will really upset everyone. So I don't see that happening.
Sorry. I can. I'm able to see. I left the curtain open because yeah, my wife is busy, so I have to be looking at the gang, even though they're watching the TV. It's fight every 10 seconds. So let's see. Yeah. So sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Have you say and answered the question whether you think would be able to sign him, irrespective of the fact some people making sure they mention that the report is coming from ESPN, I think Spain, Argentina, ESPN Argentina, that Chelsea, we've agreed personal terms already with him, that we're
Mm.
making huge progress. One of them rephrased it to that we're actually leading the race to sign the Argentine,
Yeah.
which I think it's a lie. I don't know if you've told them whether you believe we're able to sign him
Um,
or whether it's going to happen. But
those sources
I
are
don't think it
not
happens.
too bad. They're pretty good. Those sources. Now it could be just we called, his agent. Probably he's shopping him around. So maybe we contacted to see what's some details. Probably that's what happened, and then probably that's as usual gets out of proportion and leaks to the media. So most likely that's what happened, but yeah, like I said, coach, if you didn't hear, his salary is too big, and I don't see him reducing his salary to move anywhere, to be
Yeah,
honest.
because he'd have plenty of options to choose from.
He would, yeah. I think he would,
Mhm.
yeah.
I mean,
I
even
think,
though
and
he's not been, you could say, been ripping up trees like Bobby would say it. I don't think
the only stumbling block is not many clubs will be able to pay what they want for him, and it will be 85 million pounds. I think it was the fee quoted. So there's not many clubs that can pay that much, to be honest. So it just depends, who's got the money. It'll be interesting to see what happens, but I think he definitely will move. Yeah, I think he's finished there. I think he's not gonna be there anymore. I don't see his heart in that team anymore, or with that manager. Something probably happened. Who knows?
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for that. What else do we have here? Common sports Common Cross Sports Podcast says we need a leader of the line at a center half with tactical nuance, I'm guessing, and strong in the air, a prolific center forward. But we will have Jackson back in the summer. Hopefully, he will have trained on those elements you've mentioned. Do I think Jackson plays for Chelsea again? In my opinion, I'd say it's difficult, but never say never. It could still happen, um, because if in fact that one of the main reasons why he opted to leave Chelsea was down to the fact that he felt he had a falling out with Enzo Maresca, then that's a huge chance he comes back. We have a smooth talker, excellent communicator with excellent what's it called, emotional intelligence, who I believe is capable of convincing Nicholas Jackson to still play for Chelsea if we need him. I
I don't
have
think
to
that's
say.
the problem, Coach. I
Yeah,
think
go ahead.
his ego will be the problem. His ego will be the problem. If he does come back, everything he said and his agent that they said means absolutely nothing, and he would lose a lot of respect in a lot of circles. So I don't think his ego would allow that, to be honest. His or his agent.
Yeah, I agree. Ego is is a strong. Was I wanted to use qualified with a one word, and I can just come up with the most accurate way to do that. Ego is a powerful, I think, phenomenon maybe. That yeah, it can make a man die in silence rather than admit mistake. Really, that's how bad it is, and this is how powerful it can be. Dominican, I think Dominic Nana. Thank you for joining, Dominic Nana. I'm guessing if it's Ghanaian, definitely pronounce Nana. Dominic Nana. Remember, I like how you pronounce his name. Remember, Omega from Strasbourg is coming in the summer. Omega. It happens to the best of all. Best of us. Probably the name is foreign to you. I'm able to remember, even if you say it, if you pronounce it correctly and spell it correctly, because that name I believe is of Igbo origin, which is my tribe. But that's by the way. Let's see. We still have a trouble in transition. We don't have sufficient cover in the defensive phase of stuff. I think these are things we will iron out. Did you saw Coach some tweets? Enzo is in top five players in the world, including Yamal, Mbappe, Kane, and Haaland, according to Perplexity. Am I shocked? No. Why? Because I've always known that he's one of the best young talents in the world, and he's maturing actually into something special. And that's why we're seeing reports suggesting that other clubs are interested in signing him. You can argue, interpret that as those clubs testing the waters to see if we're actually interested in selling him. Would be if we'd be open to selling him. The latest one is something that suggests that Madrid are willing to offer what's his name, the Frenchman that we wanted at the time, Camavinga, right? Camavinga
Yep.
plus 15 million for Enzo Fernandez. I don't think we'd do that.
No, we won't.
I don't think we would do that. Unfortunately for them, but fortunately for us, no. And I get it. A lot of people, if you ask them these, until probably they hear the owner say, no, we don't want to sell him. If you ask them, they say, yeah, we're definitely selling him to make some profit. Make how much profit, really? It will take some record-breaking transfer fee to convince Chelsea to sell Enzo Fernandez. And who is Camavinga? Really, they converted him to a left back at Madrid. I don't know if that has changed, but but he's you can say he's a confused player right now. Not anything of his doing, but how managers have utilized him. I wouldn't sell him. Even I wouldn't give Enzo Maresca to Madrid for Camavinga plus what's his name plus Chomeni. I will not do that.
Coach, only you, me, and unfortunately, there's a lot of our fan base that don't believe he's not even a really good player or anything, just an average player. So it's only our fan base that really looks down on him and doesn't really respect him as they should, which is unfortunate. Because I speak to a lot of people here, other clubs, support other teams, and they all say, they think he's a world class player. So it only seems a majority of our fan base do not like him. So yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. Unfortunately, hopefully that doesn't lead him to leave. Hopefully that doesn't help.
I think he knows that you could say. I think those that don't like him are in the minority. Um, in all honesty, I think they are. But the truth remains, when
Not that
players you say,
minority, to be honest. It's not
you
that
say,
minority. It's a good percentage.
yeah, I mean, it's a considerable amount of you could say number of the fan base, but I don't think they're still in the minority, in my opinion. And I don't think it changes anything. He loves the club. When he scored and was celebrating that 90th minute winner, or you could say extra time, is it extra time? What added time winner
Yep.
against West Ham United. When he was celebrating, he was showing the lion, tattoo lion on his
Yeah,
back,
yeah.
and that was for Chelsea, not for anything else. So
Yeah, he's
as
very
long as the
passionate.
club, you can say, move quickly to give him a pay rise, which I think he deserves, I think he stays. But he was one of those that actually got a pay rise. It wasn't actually 6 months. You can say 1 year into his start to life as a
Yeah,
Chelsea
yeah, yeah.
player, they triggered the extension on his contract,
Yeah, he got a little bit, but I'm sure he'll get another one if it's needed. That's not a
and
problem.
he
But yeah, like
deserves
you
another
said,
one. Yeah,
he's a leader, he's a winner, and he's very passionate about the badge. We see what he does to ex-players, how passionate he is against, ex-players and what he does. But for some reason, a lot of our fans cannot warm up to him. I mean, I think they're just being blinded and a bit by the hating the owners. And he's the marquee signing. He was the main guy, started the project off. So I think that's probably got to do with it as well. But you can't expect much more from a player. He gives everything on the field, and off the field is a leader, and on the field gives you everything, like you said. So he's very passionate. He backs up his teammates if any of them get in trouble or get a rough tackle on them. He's quickly the first one there. So he's very passionate for the badge and loves it. But yeah, you can love the club as much, but when you don't feel sometimes that love back completely, that can have a say in a decision if it needs to be made.
yeah. I don't think. Again, I don't think the I still think they're in the minority, and I don't think they would generate enough force that if he ends up leaving Chelsea, that be a factor too. As listen, he's happy here. In my opinion, I think that agenda started when Gallagher had to leave, and it wasn't him. And a lot of people would rather see him leave at the time than
And
Conor
that as
Gallagher,
well.
and that hasn't died ever since.
Where would you
For
say
me,
in Maresca's decision that was a case in Maresca's decision to leave?
no, 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 no. Part of it, we know, we followed the story very well.
Exactly.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, from what I'm seeing, I think his case is different to beat because a lot of the fans like him, and you could argue also a lot don't like him, or a lot just to sound, you could say, to come across as if they understand football, just try to say nonsense about him.
They don't
Um,
appreciate him at all. Yes.
yeah, they don't
Yes.
appreciate him. I think here's one thing I like about him. He has a strong mentality. He's a leader and probably knows, you can say it comes with the territory of being a footballer, in all
He knows.
honesty.
Yeah. Of course, he
Yeah, he
knows.
does know
Yes.
that.
But
Yeah,
when
exactly. A lot
there's
of people took that incident, I don't want to talk about, took that opportunity to slate him, slander him, and thought, well, this is our opportunity to make sure he leaves the club. He survived it and was made the captain immediately. What does that tell you? The club loves him and they understand what he brings to the table and wouldn't let him go for, you can say, I don't think he goes. Eventually, he doesn't own. You can say Chelsea is the only thing that be constant. Players come, players go.
yeah,
Eventually, he will leave Chelsea one day. But I
it
don't
depends
think,
where we are as well. Yeah, what we're
yeah,
doing and where we are in say 2 years time. If we're really not progressing, maybe you can see him, wanting to go on when he's coming, into, he's going to be like 26 in 2 years time or so. So
then he would
maybe
want to
then,
go. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, maybe if we're really struggling and we're not going in the right direction, maybe then, because obviously he's that passionate and I see him, he wants to win. And I think he probably could have left already, to be honest, but he's been here since day one. He's been here since day one and he's been a stalwart, and he's basically, the face of the project. Him, Caicedo, but probably I would say him number one. So yeah, look, hopefully we do well and he stays around, but I do think one day he will definitely move to.
Oh yeah, I mean, it happens. Frank
Yeah.
Lampard left Chelsea at some point, didn't he?
Yes, he did. No, but not
Eh,
that late. I'm
Yeah,
talking about
exactly.
when he's
These
still
things
in his
happen. He might.
prime.
It depends on how. If we start ripping up trees, winning all sorts of stuff, he
Oh yeah,
stays.
no, yeah,
You actually start hearing him say he'd like to retire at Chelsea. These things happen. Or he might feel like, okay,
yes,
you know what? There's nothing that I haven't won as a Chelsea player. Maybe it's time to go win it with another club.
correct. Yeah, his dream
This
is
has
to
happened.
play for Real
So, but
Madrid.
yeah, my point is, I don't think his case is as bad as that of Maresca. That in the end, he's decided to leave the club because of what the fans are saying.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, probably not. But the only thing I would say to that, he would know that that happened to Maresca, and that's happened to him as well. So it just depends. I'm just saying it's just a theory. Just I think it would make a decision even it would make a decision a bit easier for him to make if he's not getting that love, especially if we go on to win something and he's still not feeling it and still gets underappreciated. Well, then I wouldn't blame him, to be honest, if he does leave. I can understand it.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Let's get. Bobby said it's still not working. Tobejo, if you're online, can you please try the link? Let's see what the issue is. Dante
Yeah,
Izelbo.
it doesn't work. The link doesn't work.
So
They
you
won't let
had
me
to
get in.
you had to okay. You logged in directly, right?
Yeah, I'm not
The main
letting Bobby in.
application,
I'm not
which is
letting
a
anyone
risk.
in.
Okay, I'm gonna try resending it to you, Bobby. I'm sorry about that. I'm not sure why that is happened. Still not working.
Do you
All
want me
right,
to let
more
Bobby
likes,
in,
people.
coach?
More likes. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes that do go a long way. Let's get the likes up, people. Please like the video and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Want to know what you think about Julian Alvarez? We've talked about him. I like him, and I wish you were on the panel. I know you were Bobby for 3 years. Actually, preached for Chelsea to sign him. Maybe, like Dante said, he's how much did you say he earns currently?
240.
240. So I think he would want to pay Rice. He would. I don't know how we're going to convince him to join
Yeah,
us
but
without it.
Bobby was advocating for the smallest player on the field for a midget,
That
which is
shocked
so
you, right?
surprising. He wants us height and physicality, and he's probably asking for a 5'7" guy. Interesting.
But Bobby really likes him.
Yeah, yeah. Look, he's a great player, technical
Yeah,
player,
and
but
and
only
Bobby
suits.
seemed to have
Yeah,
before a lot of people realized that he was probably going to push to leave, and that was what happened.
yeah, yeah. Of
Yeah,
course. I
yeah.
mean,
All right, let's catch up with what we have here. I will come back to you this year. I've read that comment from Bobby. Bobby, I'll try to resend it in a bit. Resend it in a bit. Yeah, in a bit. Let me try again. The way we have played under Rosenior, I do not see us dropping points against them. Alvarez is not is not a striker, still a striker, but you say a second striker. He can maybe he plays with one, maybe he's not. I don't know. Maybe we've been profiling him. Alvarez is not a striker. We will be signing. Okay, now I get it. Alvarez is not a striker. We will be signing unless we sell Jackson and the lab. Emera is on his way from Strasbourg, and as I've said, I don't think we're going to sign Alvarez for reasons I've explained. So 4 strikers will not be kept. Someone will have to be moved on. And yeah, for PSR and FFP, very correct. And I like you already, Canon. Yeah, Canon Cross Sports Podcast. Thank you for joining the conversation. If this is your first time here, welcome. And I like the sort of your contributions in the chat. I appreciate you. And if this is your first time, enjoy yourself. Feel at home. All we ask of you is to keep it civil. You're welcome. Let's see. It's not about ego. Jackson didn't say anything negative. We heard that there's nothing that will make him come back to Chelsea again. Maybe the media were lying, and there's a chance that may well have been the case. We don't know. He has a contract until 2033, and if he doesn't get first team football, he will not stay. It's that simple, and we're not gonna. You can say promise him that he's gonna be the starting striker just to try to get him to stay. He has to compete, and the manager has to rotate if need be. I hear are preparing a buy. What clearly that they the to buy Alvarez? I don't believe that really. And Eugene says There's some marketing things also we cannot sell him, including also his world class. If you get him, yeah, exactly. So I get your point. Those are factors to consider, but it's easy to overlook the marketing thing. Yeah, it's huge. Well, we'll be selling a lot of, you can say, merchandise, shirts. Yeah, because of him alone. He's a huge representation for us in South America. I get it. We have Estevao, we have other South Americans at the club. Enzo is the third highest earner at Chelsea, 180, so we can still bump it up to 250. Once you increase his wages, Caicedo and Palmer will step out for more pay. Camavinga is earning over 220, which makes it even more impossible at Madrid. Because here's the thing: irrespective of how we see the possibility of Madrid giving us 50 million plus Camavinga, his salary definitely a factor. And also, the player himself would want to come to Chelsea. And I don't think we need Camavinga. And I think we've talked about this 1,000 times. That was when I think they were suggesting Chomeni, when the rumors are floating around at the time were that were willing to offer them Enzo Fernandez and get Chomeni in return, which doesn't make sense. Which practically would mean we're giving them a player we have that is unique. No other player at Chelsea, you can say, can replace Enzo Fernandez. Him leaving, a lot changes. The manager, it'll be out of the manager to find a solution. Irrespective of what you think of him, when it's not on the pitch, you could tell. And we've been there. I don't want to start going as far back as when Enzo Maresca was focused on solving our defensive issues, how he dropped him for that papers, and we knew he will eventually come back. But the manager's priority at the time was clear for those that understand football. So I digress. My point is, it wouldn't make sense to give him to Madrid and get Chouameni. Give him what makes, you can say, what ensures that we have a balanced midfield and get a player that will ensure that we have, even, you can say, multiple players that are nearly the same profile. It just doesn't make any sort of sense. So I'm going to try to resend the link to those interested in joining also one more time to see if that works. Only player I want from Real Madrid is Kylian Mbappe. Do I want him? No. He's serious prima donna, for lack of a more specific language, a huge problem. He was the reason Pochettino, one of the main reasons why Pochettino was fired, had other issues with other managers there, and PSG could have pushed hard to keep him, but he had to leave because he became problematic even for Lucho. Have you seen that video where Lucho was speaking with him in something more like a viewing center, explaining how the team is more important than an individual, something to that, and a whole lot of other things he wants him to be doing. You could argue he was the reason why also Xavi Alonso felt like, yeah, this job isn't for me. Yeah, I don't want Vinny at Chelsea either. I'll try to resend it in a bit. If Enzo is going to continue in the number 10 role, you don't necessarily need him. There are better players for that role in Europe. Okay, let's see. Let's see what happens. We will revisit that. I cannot say no to Mbappe because he's a good player, but I don't think we would want him. And maybe the others, you can say maybe they're not going to, because for marketing reasons and the fact he's a good player, but Mbappe will almost always be a problem for the manager and the squad, because I think he's so full of himself. Even Ronaldo wasn't like that. Go ahead, Dante.
Do you think he suits the Premier League?
I think he will do well in the Premier League. I don't know. I'm not sure what else to think, really. Let's hear you.
Yeah, look, of course, he's a world-class player. He's doing amazing at Real Madrid, where it's much easier, the teams they play against, to stat pad and get those goals. So, look, I don't think it'll be that easy for him in the Premier League, to be honest, because he is, like you said, a bit of a prima donna and doesn't defend or run to defend much, really, to be honest. So you come with that.
And Lucho had issues with that.
Yeah, you come with that ego here, and not only to be hard for your teammates, they won't like you, but the opposition, the other coaches, they'll target you. So I think he would really struggle here if he came here, just the physicality of it. And Yeah, I don't see him doing as well. Of course, he'll still do pretty good, but I don't see him doing it as well as he did in France or especially in Spain. I don't see happening in the Premier League. Not the way how fast it is and how much pressure he would be under, as in from defenders, etc. At Madrid, when they play those other teams, he can score a hat trick every game if he wants, because stats will look very good all the time there, no problem. So is he still a world class player? Yes. Will he do as well? I do not think he would do as well. I'd love to see him, and I would have loved to see other players come. Like Messi. I would have loved to see Messi come into the Premier League, see if he can do it here as well, like Ronaldo did. Ronaldo came and did it in the Premier League. Messi never came, and I would have liked to see those players come and do it in the toughest league. To see if they can do it. A lot of them don't come because probably lifestyle, the cold and the bad weather, but also because of it's rougher. It doesn't make them look as good, and yeah, it's a tough challenge. But yeah, I would have liked to see a lot of those players. I think if you can do it in the Premier League, you can do it pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, and Bobby, I've resent the link again. Hopefully, it works this time. I had to reconstruct it to resend it. I hope it works again. Let's see what else do we have here before we get into the match.
I'll
Continue
let
with the
him in
match
now, coach. I'll
preview
I'll, I'll
exercise.
unlock
A
I'll
lot of stuff
unlock
to
them all.
catch
I'll
up
let
with.
him in. I'll let Bobby in now. No
You
problem.
want
We'll let
Bobby
him
to
in.
start fighting me and arguing that it was intentional.
Of course,
I
I'm
don't
on the
think
panel.
Enzo
How did I
playing
get
10
on?
role. He's just Yeah. He's just following every action until the end. He's just everywhere on the pitch. Check his sit map. I wouldn't say he's playing the 10 row, but he's occupying mainly the one of the two tens spaces. Yeah, pockets there. For Sean Mbappe suited the prem, he would get the triple the goal of Bukayo Saka. Maybe I would give him that, but do I think we'll sign him? No.
So
Mbappe is
what?
physical
8
enough.
goals.
Yeah.
Saka scored like hardly any goals. How many goals has
There are
Saka
two
scored?
players. I'm not sure. He doesn't have too many this season. There are two players in this world that can guarantee walk everywhere: Mbappe and Yamal. Yamal in
Mm.
the Premier League, maybe, possibly. What do you mean we don't need Kamavinga? We don't need him. Do we really? You tell me we need him, and you wonder why I'm always fight ready. Yeah, fight me. Tell me how would be better of having Kamavinga over Enzo Fernandez. Can he measure Enzo Fernandez's vision? No, he cannot.
And defensively, would you take him over Cucurella?
Yeah, no,
I
I
wouldn't.
wouldn't. I wouldn't take him over. Even I wouldn't take him over Hato. Hato is more technically gifted. Off the bat, I can tell you that, and I could be wrong, but I don't fear what to be wrong because yeah, what I know so far about the two players, if you're talking about him as a left back, uh, yeah, I wouldn't. I would take Hato over him. He was actually a midfielder, but was converted to a left back. What does that tell you? And you want us to give him Enzo Fernandez and take Comavinga from plus 50 a million. What are you eating? It doesn't look like you eat a goosey and obono.
Yeah, look, Kamavinga is a good player, but I wouldn't swap him for Enzo Fernandez, or he wouldn't play over Cucurella either. So yes, of course, we would have him as in the squad, but he wouldn't play over those two players. I can guarantee you that he's not as good as those two players. So don't worry about that one. I don't see that happening.
I will not. I'm not. Look, just do you watch Camavinga? He's a starter for them. Does that matter? It doesn't matter if he's a starter to them,
Yeah,
really.
he's not a starter for them.
Yeah. If someone comes in for Fernandez for 120 million, I would sell him. Do I think the owners will sell him? I don't know. He's not good covering the spaces against top teams regularly. Caicedo has to defend massive space. That was a key problem. Let's explain something here. He was never a DM and will not be a DM. And that doesn't mean he doesn't help defensively. He does help. But if you expect him to be the one reading the game, it's the shield and the defensive line, you're making a mistake. Even though his biggest strength is his vision and is traditionally a deep lying playmaker, which means the deeper he plays, the more effective it be. But the deeper he plays, he might not get you a lot of goals, but he's capable of helping you control games, dictate the pace of the game, and has the vision that sometimes it doesn't even need a first touch to orchestrate a defense. You can say displacing 80% of the opposition players, which means the next person that gets the ball will be able to create a chance for us to score a goal. He's that good. His vision, once again, is his strongest tool. And he's one of the best at beating the press at Chelsea, not in terms of dribbling. He doesn't even need the touch to beat the press. He's that good. So can we not start judging him as a DM? He's not. He's more of what you can say a regista than a DM. And I've heard someone say the other day that we signed him as a DM. No, we didn't. No. If anything, for me, the more believable thing is we signed him as Jorginho's replacement for deep line playmaking and not to constitute the defensive line. But I don't think we actually give him enough credit for how much he contributes defensively. Under Maresca, let's see what else we have here. That is why we consider so much. Everything depends on how you utilize them. Lavia and Caicedo is much more secure if we can get the single fit and firing. Can you just put Andrea Santos there too? He reads the game very, very well from a defensive perspective too, and has good passing range in him, has good vision too. And fighting, he is a top class talent. Reece, for me, is better as a six than Fernandez. I would say yes, from a defensive perspective. Just look at the performance against Arsenal. I agree. I don't know anything about Camavinga. Okay, you know Camavinga better than me. You win. What do you want? Six pack, or you want Tombolikwa? He was not converted to a left back. He converted. He was converted due to the injury. You can say as Vardy playing right back. Okay, yeah, okay. That's let's say that's the case. But yeah, but he wasn't getting so much minutes in the middle, was he? Maybe I didn't watch them enough to tell what happened anyway. But let's get back to the main point. I will not take Camavinga for Enzo Fernandez. That's stupid, really. As much as I respect you, I'm not saying you're stupid, but I'd say it'd be stupid for us to say, okay, give us Camavinga plus 50 million, take Enzo Fernandez. And once again, I'm going to repeat myself, which means we'll be getting a player that doesn't bring balance to the squad. If anything, we'll have players, you could say, of the same, nearly the same profile. None of which can measure the vision of Enzo Fernandez or even his passing range. None. That's just my opinion, and you're entitled to yours. Two was squad depth, like for like, and contingency in multiple competitions. Just go away. Go back to work. I can agree. Camavinga is unnecessary. We don't need him, really. We don't. Not just Mbappe, but I would take Bellingham as well. I'd rather Bellingham than what's the other. But I wouldn't even actually take Bellingham for Enzo Fernandez. We should catch. We should catch Tonali next season. Caicedo, Tonali, Enzo will be best midfielder in the world. I wouldn't mind Tonali. Plus Premier League experience too. Camavinga is also versatile. I know he can be, but yeah, I still my main point is that I wouldn't take him for Enzo Fernandez even with 90 million. That's just me. The owners might be willing to do such business, but I will not. He can play everywhere. Who can you say can do that in our midfield except Caicedo? All right, you win. Are you happy? Let's see. Rabba Taha. Nice to see you once again, Rabba Taha. I like your name, by the way. I know I've told you that before. We are enjoying the show. Big up. Thank you so much. Glad to hear that you're enjoying it. And if you haven't, take a second, drop a like on the stream. We're still in 24 likes. We should be doing still in 24 likes. We should be doing a lot better than that. Fabregas, David Luiz, and Jorginho were much better than Enzo, controlling the tempo of the game as registers. That is the standard I would expect of dictating the games. Everything comes down to the manager. Everything comes down to the manager, really. I respect Fabregas. I love him a lot. But I'm going to say something that I've said that led a lot of people coming at me. Enzo Fernandez is equipped enough to actually do better, finish his career better off than Fabregas did. That's my opinion. and you're entitled to yours. And do I think Fabregas, was he really good at controlling the game? Yeah, he was. But I don't want to start comparing them because I respect the three of them. Actually, I loved Jorginho too. A lot of Chelsea fans didn't. Actually, they were slating him the same way they're slating Enzo Fernandez because of lack of pace and not, you could say, his lack of, you could say, ability to shield the defensive line effectively, and when he was still a Chelsea player. But then again, they overlook the fact that he's not a defensive midfielder, but a regista, a deep line playmaker, and he was very good at it. And a lot of people didn't
Yeah.
realize how important he was to our manager until, again, games where he wasn't available, or maybe the manager decided to drop him. We struggled.
And there's context, coach, behind everything. People
Mhm.
saying that, like when people say that, well, there's a drop Enzo Fernandez, how he is now, into that team that Chelsea had then in that position. Put it that way, how would he do? I think he would do extremely well with those players around him and those forwards, etc., and that system and that coach. So it's a bit different. You put Fabregas in our team now, but when we started or last year, he's not going to do as he did when he played in out midfield. He wouldn't do this exactly the same. So because different team, different era, different everything. So people, yeah, always comparing, saying, Enzo's no good. He can't do that. What they did. Well, we don't know that. We actually don't know that. But this is what I talk about Enzo. People just don't really appreciate him at all, and unfortunately, there's a lot of people in our fan base that just do not appreciate him for some reason.
He he needs to start kicking people down, fighting, punching. Then yeah, they'll start respecting him. Maybe. He says nobody saying sell Enzo. Have you eaten today? I hate this guy. Reece James has a much better passing range than Enzo Fernandez. That's a freaking lie. As much as I respect Reece James, that's a lie. Let's not just go there. And I'm not going to say the opposite either. And I'm not going to say, you can say the opposite. Let's just stop comparing them. One is traditionally a right back or right wing back. The other one, a midfielder traditionally. It just doesn't make sense to start comparing. It doesn't make sense to start comparing them. Reese is an excellent player, one of the best English players right now. But it just doesn't make sense to start comparing them because I love both players, and I'm just gonna, you know what? We're blessed to have both. You go ahead, figure out who's better than the other. You can tell me, I will read it, but I don't want to argue that with you. The problem here is computer games and players and player positions on those games that today is hard to explain. I think that's another good
Yep,
one,
good one,
honestly.
Eugene.
Go and watch Lavia passing range and vision is elite. Lavia cannot measure Enzo Fernandez's passing range. He cannot. Until proven otherwise, I will, you can say buy on the, as Nigerians would say, so that YouTube will not catch it. I will buy on this hill for that one.
Yeah, Coach Hill, I think a lot of people actually misinterpret that phrase of, passing range.
Mm.
From what I've noticed, a lot of people see that as something different. I've talked to people that say it's one thing. I've talked to people saying it's that. It's a bit of this, a bit of that. I've never had the same sort of answer. What is the passing range? People just think he's probably telling you that Reece James is a better passer because he's done those long crossing balls in across the box at
And he
pace.
has excellent passing range himself.
Yes, he does. Yes, but I'm just saying it just depends how people look at that. What passing range is. So yes, and faster. Yes, Reece James is much better at that. Yes, he's got more power in his legs. Correct. Enzo Fernandez is more of a finesse type of passer and accuracy, and putting the right spin on the ball, etc. So there is differences. It's not like you said. You can't really compare those two like that because they don't play in the same position. First of all.
Yeah, Chimera, I've been trying to get Bobby on. I'm gonna send the link again. I've sent it to the public group once again. I'm gonna try to send it to him directly to see if that makes a difference. I'm not sure what's going on. It's been quirky. As the start of the show, those of you that were here, the title, it had an old title when Rosenior joined us. It says Rosenior to replace Enzo Maresca, and I was like, "What's going on?" That was when I knew something was wrong. But I'm going to send it to Bobby directly. Dante was able to get in because he has access to the main login, which I don't want to share with everybody. So something is wrong. Something is wrong. I'm not sure what that is. Let me see. I'm going to try and share that again. It takes time. I think maybe X is breaking. He's breaking the links. This is about go away. Just leave me alone. I really don't want to talk with you. Leave me the heck alone. Let's see. If Enzo had Lampard type figures and goals, I would say yes, but not enough. You're not paying attention. Did you not see the statistics the other day? His measured Lampard's record when after playing a certain amount of games, is it 150 or how many?
Yeah,
How
something
many
like that.
games?
I think so.
So
Yeah.
he's measured at a certain number of games. Measuring again the front pass at the time, he had the same amount of GAs, right? Something to that effect. I'll try and find it. Maybe you've not been paying
Yeah.
attention, or maybe you knew that exists and just wanted to bring it up. I think I sent Bobby the direct link also. So I'm gonna try and send it one more to him. So I think the issue is from X because I opened Bobby's direct message and it looks
Yeah. It is. Yeah.
yeah,
They
it's
won't be able to
X,
get
not
in.
me, Bobby. So please don't go call a lawyer now. Be
It's not
patient
it's not
and
them,
keep
Bobby. It's
trying.
me. Don't worry.
All
I
right,
take full
the same
responsibility.
fabricants that excels with kids as Arsenal. Heston, yeah, you have to say whatever you want to say. Nobody's saying it's bad. Fernandez is better for Argentina. I mean, why not? And that's a solid argument. He's a good player, but I prefer more mobility and pace in that area. Exactly, that is your opinion as an individual, and I respect that. But I don't. There are not too many players in world football that I say bring it, take Enzo Fernandez. Maybe you can say to a certain measure, I'm biased. Maybe, yeah. Let's see. But yeah, Jorginho was slow and he was vulnerable in transition, which it was the manager's job is to ensure that that doesn't happen. You know, he's a deep lying playmaker. He's a regista, if you prefer. He's not a DM. Even at that, he was able to do a lot defensively in terms of shielding our defensive line. Look, it's the manager's job to figure out a way to mitigate, you can say, his deficiencies or maybe conduce his deficiencies. It's the manager's job. And that's why you're better off deploying him alongside one traditional or a player who's more defensively solid than him.
And coach as well. The argument, I still
But
hear
don't
it.
worry about it. Yeah, go ahead, Dante.
The argument, you can't win nothing with Enzo Fernandez. I've heard this argument so much. Yet he's won with Argentina. He's won with Chelsea now as well. So that myth's kind of gone. But people are still saying it. I saw it yesterday, saying you can't. We're not going to win a Premier League or anything with Enzo Fernandez in our midfield. I don't understand how people can still say that. We've already won the Club World Cup, for example. Conference League, yeah, okay. But even that, people were doubting that we're going to win that final. But, the Club World Cup against the best team in the world dominated. So that's a myth that we can't win with Enzo Fernandez. Of course, we can win with him. It's the other players around that, you got to have the right players around as well. But with him, I mean, I think he's proved that he's world class. He's won with Chelsea. He's won with Argentina, and he's won World Cup, Copa America for the first time with Argentina. Yeah, look, I think he's proven that myth wrong.
Yeah. Let me see something else here. Yeah, thank you for that, Eugene. This says, I think he may have used the passing range wrongly. Lavia records the higher overall passing accuracy over reaching 89% to 98. That's higher than any other Chelsea
Yeah,
player. In how many games to the ratio?
that's
Yeah,
what I mean, coach.
in
But
how many games? That's important. And also, Lavia, the way we've utilized them in games that he's played for us, he's actually focusing, like I say, using a
safety,
manner that it's his job to actually simplify things. Pass it,
simple and safe.
especially under
Yeah,
Enzo Maresca. Pass it sideways, backwards. He's good at orchestrating defensive line breaking passes or maybe defensive splitting passes. He's also capable of beating the press. One of the best actually in terms of beating the press. But I don't think he measures Enzo Fernandez's passing range. Honestly, if we're going by pass accuracy, I think we're probably not gonna. You can say I don't think it'd be objecting. You will get you can say a more objective outcome because it could be
Yeah.
sideways, backward passes, which definitely you have a
And
higher.
that's why I said, Coach, that people look at that question differently. They look at stats or some with the eye. That's what I mean. If you look at that stat where Lavia doesn't go past halfway most of the time, and when the way he was asked to play was back sideways,
Just
on
simplify it.
long balls, but across.
Keep it going.
Yeah, diagonal balls, but safe balls across to switch sides, but when there's no pressure. So it's very different. Yeah. So it just depends how you look at that question. Just like,
And if you remember, there was a statistics we looked at a month ago. So the term used passes under pressure. Enzo Fernandez top in the Premier League, right?
Yes, number one. Yes.
Thank you. So there's no need. I mean, we're lucky to have them all, really. I look at the figures and the creative aspect in terms of chances creation from the pivot position. Okay, that's important too. No, you win, Chimera. You win. I don't like to win. You win, Coach. Our fans would have had Kroos and Modric. As a player, if they don't like Enzo.
Yep.
I love Modric a lot. I love Cruz, and the reason Madrid started looking at Enzo Fernandez was after the departure of Toni Kroos. But the difficulty is that he's on a 1,000-year contract, and they know we are not looking to sell him. That's the reason why they haven't pushed aggressively, because after the departure of Toni Kroos, they don't nobody there is close.
They can't afford it. They can't pay, which probably would be a world record fee.
Breaks lines with his passes regularly, midfield and defensive lines. I agree. Lavia has not completed 90 minutes yet. He's been here since 2023. Rodrigo Rodas will tell you he's a part-time player, and I agree. He likes you. I'm not sure what to make. I'm not sure what to make of this comment. You're all going to hell. Jesus Christ. Eugene, I'm not sure I understand what you're saying, but I have a very dirty mind. Please don't say such.
That's a good one, Eugene. That'll get Coach going. Yeah.
I don't want to do this. Please leave me alone. All right, let's go. Let's look at this. Jesus Christ. Okay, we've looked at insights, and if we're going by insights alone, let's see, what else we have here. Have we looked at them? We have looked at them. Cole Palmer, we read that. Enzo Fernandez has scored 12 goals. We've read that. Best, they beat Chelsea 3-1 at Ellen Road. In the reverse fixture 2 months ago, Dominic Calvert-Lewin has scored 8 goals since December, the most in the Premier League. Leeds sits 16th, but rank 11th in the XG table. They've been efficient in terms of putting away the chances that come their way. Underperforming by 5 positions. Wow. So yeah, they deserve better. Actually, you could say Leeds have earned 76% of their Premier League points at Erling Road this season, which means they're not that good away. That's 24%. They've been poor away. For Chelsea, we have Philip Jorgensen still out, doubtful with a knock. Levi Colwell, we know his situation, cruciate ligament injury. I hate trying to pronounce medical terms. And people, why are we still talking 26 likes? We should be doing a lot better than that. Please, if you haven't, take a second, drop a like on the video. And also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Would really appreciate that. Tosin Adarabioyo, doubtful. I think Tosin could play. The manager did say that, he's fully fit. Dario Isugo, muscle injury, late February. Romeo Lavia, I heard he's been training for a while now. But we want to make sure that he's fully fit and will stay fit. Jamie getting his muscle injury late February, and Mihailo Mudryk, we know his situation. And for them, they have Anton Stash, hip injury. Okay. Wow, they have actually done well. They've actually done well, not bad. You can say pretty much the same form. In our last 5 games, we won 4, drew 1. In their last 5 games, they won 3. The difference is that they drew 1. We won 4 and lost 1. Sorry, in our case, we won 4 and lost 1. That loss in the cup game against Arsenal at the Emirates. So for them, in the last 5 games, they won 3, drew 1, and lost 1. The one they lost woefully 4-0 against Arsenal, and he was at home. Okay, they've conceded how many goals here in total? They conceded 1 here, 5, 6, 8 goals, 9 goals in total. So they've been averaging, you could say, at least 1.5 plus goals. I can. That's the disparity in from each game is too much that I can't calculate that off without a calculator. So for us, we considered 1 here. Okay, that's 3 in total here. 5. Okay, 6, 7 goals in total. So they've considered 1 here, 2 here. Wow. Okay, 6, 7. They've not been considering a lot. But then again, it's important to look at the teams they've played against and the teams we played against. But it's still a factor to bear in mind. And the truth remains that the game is played over 90 minutes plus at the time. Numbers and insights will give you, statistics if you prefer, will give you a sensible idea with regards to what could be the most likely outcome of the game. But it's not a certainty because, once the game starts, everything becomes fluid. So let's see. For them, top scorer Calvin Lewin, 10 goals in total this season. For us, 9, João Pedro. XG 9.26, XG 7.86. Assists, João Pedro has 4, Calvin Lewin has 1. Matches played, João Pedro played 2 more, Calvin Lewin played 23, whereas João Pedro played 25. So wow, he's doing well for them. So we must pay attention to him. Dante, do you know? I know he's good aerially. Do you know whether majority of the goals he scored are from headers? Did I lose Dante? Okay, maybe he's busy with something. Okay, once again,
Oh, good.
we
Sorry,
are
coach.
going to use Chelsea. Do you know whether the majority of the goals that Calvin Lewin scored are
He's
headers?
usually 50-50 normally, but I'm not sure this season. But normally he's around the 50-50 mark. He scores a bit of both, to be honest, because he's very
He's
good.
good aerially.
Yeah, he's very good. So yeah, look, I expect it to be pretty high this season probably as well. The way they're playing with 2 strikers up front and 2 physical strikers, sometimes they do spam a lot of balls in set pieces like we conceded against them. So yeah, look, he probably does get quite a bit with his head as well. And penalties. He used to take penalties. So yeah, maybe penalties as well, correct? Yep.
All right, so let's do this. So if you go to www.chelseaperspective.com, if you want to start using this beautiful web application of ours strictly for subscribers of Chelsea Perspective, and if you're a content creator and you want to start using the lineup builder, no problem. Just let us know. So listen, what you're going to do, go to chelseaperspective.com, request access. I will see it and I will grant you access so that you can start using it. You can also, there are a lot of stuff there that you can use to have fun. We have lineup builder, which you can use, build a lineup, download it, do a tier list, download it. And we have, before the game starts, we have something called Juju Predictor. I think it's predicted a few games correctly. If you again, a lot of stuff to have fun with, but I urge you guys to go request access, I will get the notification that someone is requesting access and I'll grant you access. Believe me, a lot of fun. There are Chelsea quizzes which you will take. You can predict games and you can see the ranking, who's top in the ranking of predictions. You see also past results. There you can see players on loan, how well they're doing. You see on this day, each day, if there's something to present, it presents. If there are stuff to present, it presents. 3, you can do a tier list and download it. Let me just show you here. See the tier list here. Let me show you an example. That's the loan watch. Sorry. You see, it will show you each player on loan, how well they're doing, how many goals they've scored, where they're on loan at, and then we need to update something there. You can click on sync. If you click on sync, I think it updates it to the most current. Pies also is a River Plate, no longer Strasbourg. So this says international duty. This should change, so needs updated. But also you can go to schedule, and once you go to schedule here, give me a second. Once you go to schedule, for each schedule, you can click on compare. It compares the two teams using a spider graph and statistics to show you which team has been doing better. Then you can draw conclusion from that. This is a comparison between Chelsea versus Leeds United, and you see the team form. You see their place in the table, how many goals, goal concession, everything. Last 5 games head to head based on the last 5 games. So you go back here. You can also go to players where you see the whole players there. The squad, you can click on defenders, you can click on midfielders. These are defenders. You click on it, it shows you the statistics of each player, how many games they've played, how many goals they've scored. Injured players, you click it, you see them, you see the possible return date. Midfielders, you see all of them. You still go down here. If you go to schedule, I'm going to show you a lot of stuff here, but please, as you're following the show, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. You can click on compare. Prediction. You click on it, then you use this and dial it up or down to predict the outcome of the game. We did a giveaway. Dante he had the most predictions accurate, so he won the Chelsea kit as promised. I think we'll do that again for next month, but I have to plan it very well. Maybe a lot of people will get to join. If you click here, standings, it will show you for the competition. If it is Champions League, it will show you the table placement of each of the teams there. What is that? Do I want to show you guys the community? You can go to the community, start a conversation. You can go to the community on match days. There's also game conversations for each game we're playing. So this is the homepage right now. If you want to do a tier list, you click it here. You see it here. You start. You can edit this to be loan, sell, or whatever, or keep. If you're a content creator, you can. I think you'd be better off going full screen. If you go full screen like this, so that you have it in a horizontal display like this. It makes it a lot easier if you're presenting for people. But if you're not a content creator, you can just drag and drop players to each of the columns and rows, so to speak, and change. You can change, edit the row and rename it to some of the rows and rename them to something else. You can also come back here. What else do we have here? We have quizzes. You can go play a quiz. All right, you can select, you can go quizzes. If you do quizzes, you get there, you choose quiz. I think we have about 10 quizzes right now. A lot of fun. You can also click statistics where you get to see the stats of all our players. Right now, in terms of goals, correct me, say something if that is wrong. João Pedro has 12 goals. Enzo Fernandez has 11. Cole Palmer has 8. Pedro Neto has 7. Estevao has 6. I think that's correct. Assists. You see assists, Reece James has 6, João Pedro has 5. I think that's correct, 2 minutes. And then you see the overall ratings for each player. You can also compare players. You can also do, but that's the one we're going to use now. 2 things now. We have what is called Juju Predictor. We're turning it to accurately predict the outcome of games. And I think it's predicted a few correctly, but there's a bug. It has not been recording the outcome of its predictions. So we will try to correct that. So for Juju Predictor, if you click it, it does its thing behind the scenes, and I have to use Juju because I'm Nigerian, and I think he makes sense too. And yeah, it's a language that a lot of people are familiar with. So Juju Predictor, by the way, predicted that Chelsea will beat Wolves by 3 goals to nothing, but he ended 3-1. So now it's predicting that this game will end 1-0, that we're going to beat them 1-0. Listen, this is based on statistical information available to the AI, the brain of the predictor. That doesn't mean that whatever he says will be the outcome of the game will most definitely be the outcome of the game. It won't. That's not the case. But it's sensible. It's the most likely outcome. But then again, everything becomes fluid the moment the man in the middle blows the kickoff whistle. So I'm getting distracted here. But that's by the way, and it says Chelsea strong form and home support make them favorites. Leeds face a tough test. It's a close one. 15% 18% possibility of it ending in a draw, 70% possibility of Leeds beating Chelsea, and 65% possibility of Chelsea beating them. So that is the Juju Predictor. So we'll do this, we'll close this out, and then we'll click on compare teams. So we're actually still in it. Let's compare the two teams and see how they differ in strength. While that loads, I'm going to catch up with a lot of what we have here. I've read that one. And Canon Cross Sports Podcast says, I like this sounded very good. I appreciate you. That makes us happy. Glad you're enjoying yourself. We don't always have to agree. After all, exactly. That's actually a delicious comment. But let me finish reading it. After all, as long as we win, I don't care who plays it. The squad is stacked with quality. You and I agree on that one. And here's the thing. If we all agree, as I've always said, then something is definitely wrong. We can debate all we want. We call it fight on here. Unfortunately, Bobby has struggled and others, they've struggled to, I think it has to do with the software that we're using. But this is a delicious comment. You deserve, I'd say, yeah, start. Yeah, we appreciate delicious comments like it's intelligent, it's objective. Yeah, we don't all have to agree. There's no world where everybody agrees. If you're in
Confetti
a
all
place
over
where everyone
Coach's
agrees,
face.
sorry,
I said confetti all
sorry,
over your face. Yeah.
really. So if we all agree, if you go into a place where everybody agrees, something is definitely not right. EPL top, we only won one game, partially convincing Wolves on the Liam. Why so much confidence for tomorrow? I haven't said that definitely we're beating them tomorrow. Maybe that's what you believe. But here's the thing. I think the manager has done enough for me to be confident in his ability to do, you can say, do things right. And with luck on our side, that we're definitely going to get a win. His proactivity, in my opinion, his proactivity was the reason why we were able to come back from and beat Napoli on their carpet. Yeah, his proactivity, the reason why we came back from 2 goals down, and it's more important, and also his ability to motivate players. And the players have made that clear. He motivates them, gives them the freedom to be themselves, which I read as them having a slight dig at Enzo Maresca. But that's my opinion anyway. I digress. So here's the thing. I think he's done enough to prove that he's a good manager. I think we'll still lose game. Yeah, uh, eventually. But I'm confident that, yeah, we will become much better and better under him. So, and excuse me if I'm enjoying myself too much because we're winning games. And Rosenior has a better man management than Maresca. The players are down twos on him. That is why we're not in the top two and why we script into the automatic last 16 slot in the Champions League. Wow. Okay. Let's see. I don't like you at all. You, Chimera, I do not like you. And I'm gonna block you. They live in the same house in La La Land. All right. Okay, let's look at what the comparison of the two teams show us. I think we are better than them in every department. Goals 72.0 to theirs 54.0. Attacking 68.0 to theirs 52.0. Possession 80.0 to theirs 53.0. Counter 76.0 to theirs 48.0. Defending 55.0 to theirs 31.0. Physicality 69.0 to theirs 61.0. Presence 78.0 to theirs 45.0. Not bad. Team form, we've looked at that before on FOTMob, but we're using our own app right now. We're using Chelsea Perspective custom app. Goals, we scored 45, they scored 34. Goals conceded, we've conceded 28, they've conceded 43. Clean sheets, we've kept 9 clean sheets, they've kept 4 clean sheets. Wins, we've won 12 games, they've won 7, which means we've won 5 more. Draws, we've drawn 7 games, they've drawn 8. Losses, we've lost 6 games, they've lost 10. Points were 43 points, they have 29 points. Head to head, last 5 games, that's how we designed our own app. Head to head stops in the last 5 games. We might add something to extend it further. In the last 5 games, we won 3 times, they won 2 times, no draws. So if you're going by these, you say, yeah, most likely that'd be a winner. But that's fine with Dante. Anything else you want to say before we get to the lineup prediction exercise?
No, we'll discuss a bit more when we choose the lineup.
Okay, unfortunately, Bobby is not able to join for some reason. I don't know. I think it has to do with this app because, I had to delete our broadcast to Facebook and X because, it was showing some nonsense. So if you already signed up for the app, just click on the homepage here. And you can also, we're still working on native mobile apps, but you can download it and save it on your devices so that it behaves like normal mobile apps. Okay, so let's do this. We're here. You go to the very bottom, click on lineup builder. And if you're a content creator, I think you'd be better off going full screen. When you go full screen, you have it like this. I like the square version. I don't like the circular version, but of course that's me. We're not going to do combined 11. If you're a content creator, you can choose from the Chelsea or go combined 11, which means you can select the opponent and do a combined 11. You can also download it. You can also download it after creating it. So if you're a content creator, you want to use it, I can give you access irrespective of whether you're subscribed to Chelsea Perspective or not. So Dante, let's get it started as usual. I'll do the job. I've done the homework. Between the sticks, no need to work your brain trying to figure out who starts between the sticks. Robert Sanchez for me. 2 center back, let's hear you. And for each player you select, can you explain why you think that player starts?
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one. The way, like I said, Leeds play a little bit earlier. They have Calvert-Lewin up front, and they've got Mecha as well, and both physical, tall, very good in the air. So they got 2 big guys up front if they do play that way, which they have been playing recently. So they play usually a 3-5-2, 2 wing backs. So they'd like to get crosses into those 2 players as much as possible because, like I said, they're good in the air. And when we play them, they killed us on set pieces with that as well. So it'll be interesting to see what Rosenior goes for that. Will he go more of a...
Did they score go 2 goals from set piece on the day?
I think so, if I remember right.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
I can't remember exactly, but I know they scored. I think they did score 1 definitely, but it could be 2 actually. Yeah. So, look, it depends who goes in the midfield. The height, obviously, we've got Buddy Shield, whose height is that would help. But is he going to play him? I'm not sure. Chalobah is horrible in the air. Normally, he's not good in the air at all. So it will be interesting to see what he does. There's no Tosin.
I actually see Tosin.
He's not ready. I don't think he's ready yet.
You don't think?
No, he's still injured. Otherwise, I would say him, yes.
I thought he said during his presser that Tosin is ready.
Oh, okay. I must have missed it. If he is, I think he will play then. Because you kind of need him against a game like this. I think you need that type of guy in there would, can contest those headers and get them away. And he does that very, very well. That's his strongest part of the game. So if he's available, I would definitely put him 100%.
All right, let's see. So give me the names.
If Tossen's available, I would go Tossen.
And who?
It'll probably be Shala, but I would probably keep Wes. I would put Wes Fofana. He's very good in the air, at least as well. Not as tall, but he's got a great leap. Usually reads it very well the game in that sense. Shalaba, that's his probably weakness most of the time. So
you say Wes and Wes, not Chalobah. I think Chalobah has been one of his most trusted defenders.
Yeah. I'm just going for this game.
I think, if anything, I think Wes drops to the bench.
Could be, yeah, it could be.
But what do you want? Let me just leave it up to you.
For me, I would have Wes Fofana in that position. For me.
All right, let's see. Here's the thing: we're just more just having fun. I think he's been fluid with his selection. There's no telling what's going to happen. Actually, in that last game, I thought Enzo Fernandez most definitely was going to get some rest.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't know exactly.
Yeah. So left back and right back. Let's hear you.
I think Cucurella still plays. I think.
You don't think Hato starts this one?
If we do a back three, but I still think he would need Cucurella's, all-round game, attacking wise as well. So Hato doesn't do that very well. That's not his game. So it just depends. Yeah, look, it could be, but I still think you probably go for a more safer option, which is Cucurella, and they do have a fast sort of the wing backs, so he can really keep with them as well. But what he does, he's going to push them forward quite a bit and won't allow them to be that high up the pitch. So Cucurella will drag them back. So that's why, because he attacks so much that way. So in the attacking phase. So yeah, I still think Cucurella will play because of that.
Yeah, let's see. Drew is saying something. He says Dante Tosin was shaky last time versus Leeds United, but the only game he's played under Rosenior, he was our best player on the day, but he got injured in the same game. He dealt with everything. Who was that on the day? Everything they threw at us, he dealt with it. It was everywhere. Even the ones on the carpet, he dealt with them. Who was that again? The last game.
I think it was like 9 out of 9 aerial duels won. So
yeah, exactly. So yeah, if he's fully fit, I think he starts. I think he starts if what's he saying? If he starts if it's concerned, one of his main concerns against Leeds United is the aerial ability. I think definitely he's going to start Tosin.
Well, it has to be. It has to be.
And it makes sense if he starts.
Yeah, I do remember the game. He was a bit shaky, but that's when he was, after the injury, not very good when he came back from the injury. So no, I'm not gonna. I still think he's a good defender, and especially for situations like this, you can really use him. And we did see that the last game he did play before he got injured. Rosenior really was playing him, and he did very well, like you said. So I think
he was brilliant.
Yeah. Well, that's you playing to his strengths. Now I keep saying this. Rosenior likes really tall centre backs. He likes it like that at Strasbourg. He likes tall centre backs that can pass the ball, and that's Tossen's basically strength. He's a very good passer and he's very good in the air. Number one, he can repel everything from every set piece. He'll get to it if he goes anywhere near.
And he's an excellent box defender. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, it's just who's around him, and that's why I prefer Wes around him more than Chalobah, to be honest. They've had shocking partnerships when they have played together. Mostly, in my opinion, a bit of both, but it was much more Chalobah not helping him out enough or making wrong decisions.
All right, thank you for that, and thank you for triggering the likes, Commander. I appreciate you. More likes, people. More likes, people. Let's get the likes up. We still have 49 people following the show. We're 55 actually right now. People following the show. We're stuck on 28 likes. We should be doing a lot better than that. And if you're watching the show in the vertical format, please press and hold your screen for just about a second. to see the likes, comments, share options, the bells and whistles, or you can just double tap to drop a like on the video. Enzo cannot rest. We don't have Camavinga yet. I don't like this guy. Leave me alone. So Dante right back. Then I'll bring Bans in to comment on the selection you've made so far. Then we go to the middle area. And by the way, I think I need to switch it to the starting structure. In all honesty, let me refresh this. I think I know all the players you picked. This is a bug that we need to fix in this app. I don't want to start dragging and dropping here. Let me just try and fix it. I think that works. The drag and drop works anyway, but he shouldn't like move them where he moved them to after I switched the structure. So Dante, that's wrong. So let me just do this. Let me do this. Reset. Do this. All right. 4, 2, 3, 1. So here you picked Kukurea, right?
Yes.
Left back. And you picked Tosin, right? Which makes sense for reasons you explained. Yeah. And the manager did say he's back. And right back, right. Okay, you said not right back. Second center back. Like you said West, right?
I did, yes.
And right back.
Right back.
Probably. I think he's gonna have James on the bench and start Gusto. Then, if need be, he will bring James.
Maybe
in.
I could see this game because of the height factor. Maybe Josh might get a look in this game because he's very tall as well, and
he
that
might
could help. Yeah,
that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he might. This might be his chance, and we're at home as well. So yeah, I think this might be his game for him to start in that position. Basically,
and not the whole game.
Not the whole game, probably, but like to start. Yeah, I think
no, not the
it depends
whole
how he
City
plays.
game.
Yeah, it depends how he plays, obviously. But I would put him in there. Yeah, I would say I would give him a go.
And then have the other two, have the men starters in that position on the bench.
Because last game, coach, against Wolves, we weren't in this formation. This is on paper. He went to his usual formation, which is the 3 at the back, and he's the 3-4-1-2. Sorry, 3-4-2-1. That's how we played. We were playing Neto as left wing back, left midfield, and Gusto is playing right midfield, right wing back, whatever you want to call it. That's how we lined up against Wolves. Again, he went back to that format. So is he going to go back to that, or is he going to, stick to the 4? So we'll wait and see. But last game, he did go back to his preferred lineup, his preferred formation.
All right. So let's see. Tosin and Chalaba, very inconsistent. We just in all honesty, we're just having fun now. We're not too sure what the manager's going to do. You can say we don't have, you can say, a reliable pattern with regards to his selection approach. Process maybe. Bands, big up Bands, and Tony Sewell, if you're watching, we haven't heard from you in a while. We hope you're doing well. Much love from the Chelsea Perspective community. And Abro and Glenn 10, if you're watching, much love to you too, brother. I know I saw your post on X the other day, and that made me realize, yeah, good. For me, I was happy to see you post, and I'm going to try to reach out as I can. And to all members of the community who, for one reason or the other, not able to join the conversation here, we appreciate you and we love you and praying for you, and hope that everything is okay on your end. So Bans, let's hear your thoughts on Dante's back 4. We were about to get done with this and round off, but I saw you in the studio. I said, okay, let me let you in so you can contribute. I don't know why Bobby has not been able to join, because I'm quite sure you used the same link I sent to join. And Bobby probably is going to be blaming me and he's going to sue me. But let's hear you.
Big ups to everybody. Big ups to
you too.
Big up them.
Yeah, so I think the situation we are in now, there is no joke about whatever we have to do in terms of winning and getting the 3 points. This is the opportunity for us to grab those 3 points. And I believe that if you are going in for such a game, you obviously need your strongest side to play. You might think that it's Leeds United, but let's not forget that we're beaten by them 3-1 in the first game. So at least that wasn't long ago when we lost to them. That was Maresca's team. But against our new coach, I believe he's going to go out there and make sure that he gets the 3 points. And it is better for you to build up from where you left from the previous game. That is why I feel like there are certain players we cannot risk by bringing them. I don't know if Dante added Tosin, but
Yeah, he
I
added
feel
Tosin.
yeah, I feel like
We
I wouldn't.
deliberated that, and I think he makes sense because yeah, he's best really in that defensive line
Yeah, I know that, but
until proven otherwise. Yeah.
I know when it comes to Rosenior, he can score a lot of goals. Like the way he set up his tactics, allow players to bang in the goals. And after all, if we are able to get our 3 goals in the first half, or probably in the second half, probably you can do the changes for Tosin to come in. But I will approach this game with our top players. I will go for Gusto on the right side, Kuku on the left, and I'll put Fofana and Chaloba. One thing about Chaloba, you want to pair him with somebody he really feel comfortable with, because whenever he's playing and the other person is not doing that well, it affects his game. But so far, I think he's one of our best defenders. This
No
season,
debate really.
yeah, he's really doing good. So obviously, you can let them start. And in the second half, if we have our 3 goals and we are leading and everything seems all right and we are controlling the game, you can bring in Tosin and a Champon to replace the two, or you can bring one and leave the other one. So me, the defense lineup, I would just take with the strongest. I don't know if you want me to go to the midfield
Okay,
or
you two sixes. Go two sixes, then I'll go to Dante.
all
And
right. So
because
the
I'm
midfield,
leaving the back line, they say majority carries the vote, and we want to start something. We're trying to implement a new feature on our web app www.chelseaperspective.com, where our fans, our followers, will just go there, vote, 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 vote. The starting 11, then it will reflect on the screen here immediately. So then we will discuss it. So the plan is once that feature is ready, the fans will be vote on Chelsea Perspectives web app, so that way we have a balanced relationship. More democracy. If I think that's the more accurate language or term for that. So after voting, we will now discuss whether it makes sense to start certain players in certain positions. So, but yeah, I'm just letting those in the chat know so they don't feel left out. But go ahead, the two sixes. Then I'll go to Dante to pick his two sixes.
yeah. So in the middle, I will definitely start Casedo and Santos for them to hold the midfield, because if you look at Santos, he's really doing well in place of Lavia, who is still nursing some injury. So the way this guy is killing
I mean,
himself.
it's not even close. Lavia has to be fit first.
Yes, and that is the only option we have. Esugo is out, so if you look at the bench, you don't have any other option than to bring Santos. So for me, Santos and Caicedo can do all the dirty work. He's a fantastic player. He brings a lot to the game. So I will just throw in Santos and Caicedo, and I will pair Enzo and Palmer. You know,
Okay, let's go. Let's go one by one. You've done
okay,
two sixes, so let's see whether Dante agrees. Then I'll come back to you again.
Yeah, it just depends. Like I said, how he's going to line up. If he's going to do his formation or you know the the formation on screen there. Because if that's the case,
I mean,
well,
even you could say Fort Mob and the others. They don't know what formation we play really until at the end of the. It's just the same thing that happened under Enzo Maresca. You get to understand what structure we use by paying attention to the average positioning of the players. I think he's like that too. But go ahead with what you were saying, Dante.
yes, coach. So like I said, against Wolves, it was a 3-4-2-1. That's what it was. The formation. That was the formation. You had Gustav play that right wing, and you had Neto play the left. So yeah, it just depends what he does. If he goes for this, what's on the screen, I don't think Santos will start. I think it'll be Enzo next to Caicedo. Uh, if it's the other way, well then yeah, I think Santos will start. So that's probably fine. You can just leave it like that.
Because we're still learning, right?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to say, because you won't play, because like if you leave it like this, and where are you going to put Enzo Fernandez in the 10? Well, no, because Palmer plays in the 10.
I agree. I agree, and I think it will actually make sense to rest one of these two players so we don't have all the eggs in one basket. But again, we're just having fun because right now starting both at the same time it carries a huge risk, given that Romeo Lavia isn't fully fit, Esugo is out injured. You know, it could be. Yeah, I think you know what I agree. Andreas Santos is not because he's a bad player. I think we don't want to risk having all of them on the pitch at the same time, him and Caicedo. But we might see. Look, let me just leave it that we're just having fun anyway. It's difficult, but I totally understand what you just explained, Dante.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So because yeah, I think it makes sense for this to be Enzo Fernandez here. I agree. And let me start with this one. Okay, you go ahead, Dante. Then I'll see if I disagree. The three in behind the striker, then we'll bring Bans in to
Yeah,
look at
Palmer
it
will
and
play.
present his
Palmer will
opinion. Go
play because
ahead.
he came off it very early. So I think Palmer will play. Yeah, he'll be the 10.
Yeah, I agree. We can rest him and then we can rest them in FA Cup. It makes sense, but here is the thing. Esteva comes in here.
Yeah, on the right.
Yeah, he comes in on the right, which means Palmer will most definitely move central. And I don't see a world where after that hat
Let
trick,
me,
the
Coachy,
manager
let me
drops
just come
Palmer.
in a little bit. I think you can play Estevao and Palmer on the flanks, depending on where you want to put them. So Palmer will play from the wings, then cut in sometimes. Then you put João Pedro in front, Enzo in front of the other two, and the selection is over. So in this case, I think um, Neto, Pedro Neto might, start from the bench because Palmer is already taking one of the flanks and Estevao one, João Pedro up front. Then Enzo will play in front of Casedo and this guy, how do we call it? Santos. And I think we should be fine. Yeah. Let me
I
see.
think yeah, I think he's gonna rest Santos here, and Santos will play against Hull City. Does that make sense, Dante?
That's what part of my argument. You're
Yeah,
gonna
that was what you said. So I
they're
did
the
the
only
tapping on
midfielders. You're gonna
you.
have all three of them on the field at the same time. Probably not a good idea.
It's a huge
Right
risk, yeah.
right now, but also because then you're changing the position up front, yeah, as well. So uh, yeah, we'll see what he does. He might do it, but I doubt he will do that with availability of other midfielders at the moment. I think it's not necessary.
Yeah, we might see Lavia against Hull City, Lavia and Santos against Hull City. But let's just have the fun here. But I get it. That's what Eugene is saying. We can rest them in FA Cup versus Hull City, but at the same time, starting all of them in this game, I think he'll still be on the bench. We need all 3 points tomorrow, and yeah, we do need that. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
if you start Enzo next to Caicedo, that gives you more attacking. It's more attacking than with Santos, because Santos will just
mhm.
sit in that midfield area. It doesn't go much forward, too much forward. So we're at
And that is
home.
going by this structure. Bring
Yes.
Enzo deeper, accommodate more attacking players, traditionally attacking players up top. I think it makes sense, but we're still learning a lot about the manager and we're having fun. So then the three in behind the striker, let's hear you.
Yeah, like I said, Parma, Estevao on the right,
So
and
Palmer 10, right?
yes, yes.
Where is he? I need to go down further.
He's not going to play on the wings because, yeah,
Jay
that's
has used. I'm putting him central. Jay has used him so much that he tells me, "Okay, scroll down or go up. That's where you'll find him." There you go.
yes,
Palmer
indeed.
here,
Yeah.
central here, Estevao here, right?
Yep.
Estevao on the right hand side.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Left hand side, Ganacho most likely.
Could be, yeah. Look, Garnacho, Neto is the ideal for that position, but it could be Garnacho this game, yeah.
So once again, we're not too sure because you can say you can say fluid with his selection process,
Fluid, but
and
yeah, if we go by last game, no, it won't be Garnacho because It was more of a left wing back role, a left
Vance, it looks
midfield
like we're
role.
getting a feedback from your end. Go ahead, Dante.
Yeah, Bam. Mute. I think that's Bam. Yeah, if he wants to mute, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we do that approach, he's not going to use Garnacho as a left wing back. He's just not going to do that. So, yeah, it just depends on the approach. Otherwise, it'll be Neto again. So basically, putting Neto in there gives you the opportunity to play him as the left wing back, basically, and then on the other side, Josh is the right wing back, basically.
All right, Vance, let's hear you.
As I said, I wouldn't risk by putting Pedro, Neto, or Ganacho if I need the I need a quick solution before it's too late. So as I said, I would definitely put those holding midfielders, Casiedo and Santos. Both of them are, I should say, box to box midfielders. They can come in, track back, get a ball. They can also go in and attack. And if you put Enzo, you don't want to restrict Enzo from not going to the other half of the field. So you definitely want to put Enzo right in front of them. If you have Enzo right in front of them, then you use Palmer because at some point Palmer normally play from the wing, so you can let Palmer and Estevao take the wings. Then
Palmer won't play from the wings, Bam. That's not going to happen because that's a lot more
who
running and sprinting, and they're not going to make him
no,
play
no,
there.
he's not going to play that back wing position. Like he's most likely going to cut it into the middle when they needed the most. That's why you also need to put a very strong, midfielders in the middle so that whenever you are going back, the whole formation can favor you in a way. So Palmer will operate from the flanks, but he can find himself in front of Enzo sometimes. That is what I mean by that. And if you look
If
at
he
it,
plays on the flanks, he has to defend, go back and defend the width.
you said he can't go back to defend.
The width, no, not. I've never seen him do that.
No, no, he's not going to defend. But you can have somebody like Santos doing the cleanup for him. He doesn't have to, go back or track back because we know it's not most likely he can do that. If it's Estevao, he know how to sprint. He can quickly go and defend when we are any under attack. But I will prefer this to Casedo and Santos to do all the dirty works. And if you have Cuckoo and Gusto, they are also very quick. So whenever you are in need to come and defend, they can quickly come back and defend. So you don't want a situation where you put a champion in the flanks or let's say right back or left back and coming back to defend will be a problem. So I would just put, Casedo, Santos, Enzo in front of them, Palmer and Estevao on the wings. You put João Pedro in the middle. That way, your attack will be very strong. Look at this attacking force. Enzo pushing the three in front of him. It will be very sharp. That
So
way,
where are you
you can.
putting Palmer on the left wing?
What is it?
Where are you putting Palmer? Whereabouts?
Palmer, you can put Palmer on the right wing because I've seen him a couple of times playing from the
And
right
where are you
wing.
putting Estevao then?
Hmm?
Where are you putting Estevao then?
Estevao is very how do I say it? He is very open to any position. You can put Estevao in the left. There was a game Estevao was playing from the left. Which game was that? I want to remember the game he played from the left wing. He can definitely play from the. He's flexible. He's somebody who can play both wings. So if you put Palmer on the right, you can definitely put Estevao on the left, and he's going to deliver. So I don't see if you have this
I know what you're talking
strong.
about, but he didn't play on the left wing when that happened. That was when we played three at the back, 3-4-2-1. He was one of the tens on the left hand side, so it
You said
wasn't a
he didn't
wing.
play the wings.
It wasn't a wing. No, no.
You sure? There was a game he was playing from the flanks. Maybe I stand to
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah. No,
corrected.
it wasn't a wing. He was drifting to the left, but he was a 10. He was playing as one of the two tens.
Who was the second 10 and who was playing the first 9?
Uh, João Pedro and Enzo was the other 10.
Yeah, so probably if they have to change the formation and make it in a way that they can accommodate this attacking force, I think that would be the best thing, because you are going into a game where you have Burnley next. So why don't you close up with the teams that are dropping points? Aston Villa is really dropping a lot of points. So if you are able to win Manchester game against West Ham, it
Every
could
game
go.
we need to win there, so it
Yeah,
doesn't matter. We need to give every
go
game. But
either way. So if we really want to stay in the top 4, I strongly believe that this, you know, attacking force should be something that the coach can implement. But we don't know what is going to happen. We could see Garnacho and Neto starting tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised. And
well, it is, the FA Cup is the next game where we can rest some of these players, a lot of the players.
yeah,
So
but FA Cup, you can even bring Mueka and all those academy boys to join forces with some of our, bench
not that,
warmers.
not that far down. I don't think. Still got to win, but some of the key players we might rest some. But I wouldn't see Moreka on those type of players starting. No, I wouldn't. I think they would start, to be honest. But
Yeah,
anyway,
but
yeah, coach, you got all that.
Yeah, I heard everything you guys said. I mean, we're just having fun right now. We cannot say for certain what will happen. And I mentioned how for our last game, I never thought he'd start Enzo Fernandez again. We're probably still going to start him for this one. Rest Andreas Santos, because Andreas Santos definitely will play that game against Hull City. I think Lavia
Will be needed, yes.
maybe that might be the first time we'd see him, or maybe we'd see what's his name? We'd see Caicedo planted there also. But yeah, we're just having fun right now. We don't know much about him. And you think maybe we need Gusto tomorrow because of counter-attack. Honestly, not watching Leeds looking at like they're playing 3-5-2, 5-2-3. They're very good on the break. But I think the
yep.
manager might prioritize dealing with the aerial threat that they present than probably, because we're actually set up in a way that it's usually difficult to get, you could say, get something on the break from us against us. So he might if he prioritizes aerial threat to dealing with aerial threat, we might see Josh Archibong rather than Gusto. We actually could still end up seeing Reece James, given the way he spoke about him. So I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
Really.
Gusto's horrible in the air, so yeah.
Yeah. Take Tosin out. He probably, if he's fully fit, he's definitely gonna start. He's not been poor on that Rosenior. Yeah, Estevao can play left. Yeah, he can play central. He can play on either flanks. For more using a more general language there. As first 9 too, he can. Yeah. Estevao can cover all 4 positions of there. I agree. You know him very well, and but he's best on the right. Yep. But a good footballer will always be a good footballer. And he actually has excellent passing ability and vision too. He can create very well. And whenever he
When he
puts the
wants
ball
to,
inside
only.
the box, it's usually with pace. And I'm going to say we're going to most likely see João Pedro start this game, since the next game will be against Hull City. I think he's going to start. He's in better form than Delap. Then Delap will get a chance to get his, you could say,
Yeah, of
another
course.
goal
Yeah.
in. But let's hear you, Dante.
Exactly. That's my thought as well. I think Delap will play. He might come on this game, but yeah, he will definitely be playing next game. He'll be starting the next game to get things going a bit more. So yeah, I think João Pedro definitely plays this game because of that. He'll be rested for that next FA Cup game. Might be on the bench there, but he won't be starting.
Yeah, Bands, anything else you want to add before we call it a day?
Yeah, don't be surprised. Maybe the upfront, the way we are setting it up, it could be the lap, Neto, and Ganacho, and um, we could see that happen tomorrow too. So let's not rule that out. Yep.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. Again, we're still learning a lot about the manager. And with that, I don't think anything new emerged as the show progressed. I think if it did, Vince was, I think Vic, so to speak, I think would have allotted us with nothing new. And I want to say thank you to all of you for finding the time to be part of the conversation. I want to say thank you to the captain of the community in Constantine Dundee, the Aussie man. I hope I'm saying that correctly these days, Dante. And then Bans.
Yes, sir.
My bro. Much love to you, Vance. I appreciate you. And I want to say thank you to CFC underscore Eugene, my assistant. Thanks to John Webb. I appreciate you. Or John, not John Webb. This is another John, 3504. Who else was here? Thanks to Chimera, that brother I don't like. Thanks to Vic, who also was here. Thanks to Drew for all the contributions. Who else was here? Good job, Mod Manor there, improving. And thanks to, let me see your name again, Canon Cross Sports Podcast. I appreciate you joining us today, and we're glad that you enjoy it. And for the rest of you, if I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and cheers.
Cheers, guys. Take care.
Chelsea, the dream keeps us strong. Through every challenge, we rise, never wrong. With every goal, we fly, hearts on fire. The passion unites us, takes us higher. Keep on singing, support never fades. Together we stand in this blue brigade. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Keep blue flag flying high, fly high. From Stamford Bridge, the pride that we share. Each kickoff, each moment, it feels so rare. With faith in our hearts, we chase the dream. Through every match day, we're part of the team. The love for our club is a powerful thing. Together we shout, let the victory ring. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Keep blue flag flying high, fly high. We're unstoppable, hear the roar. In blue we trust forevermore. Together we sing hand in hand. For Chelsea forever we'll stand. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. Chelsea, the dream keeps us strong. Through every challenge, we rise, never wrong. With every goal, we fly, hearts on fire. The passion unites us, takes us higher. Keep on singing, support never fades. Together we stand in this blue brigade. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Keep blue flag flying high, fly high. From Stamford Bridge, the pride that we share. Each kickoff, each moment, it feels so rare. With faith in our hearts, we chase the dream. Through every match day, we're part of the team. The love for our club is a powerful thing. Together we shout, let the victory ring. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Keep blue flag flying high, fly high. We're unstoppable, hear the roar. In blue Chelsea forever will stand. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly Chelsea, the dream keeps us strong. Through every challenge we rise, never wrong. With every goal we fly, hearts on fire. The passion unites us, takes us higher. Keep on singing, support never fades. Together we stand in this blue brigade. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly from Stamford Bridge, the pride that we share. Each kickoff, each moment, it feels so rare. With faith in our hearts, we chase the dream. Through every match day, we're part of the team. The love for our club is a powerful thing. Together we shout, let the victory ring. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. We're unstoppable. Hear the roar. In blue we trust forevermore. Together we sing hand in hand. But Chelsea forever will stand. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly Chelsea, the dream keeps us strong. Through every challenge we rise, never wrong. With every goal we fly, hearts on fire. The passion unites